All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Lenny. How are you doing today, my friend?
Good morning, Carlos. All good, all good. Looking forward to another day. A lot of things happening. So let's start with pre-market preparation.
Yeah, man, a lot of stuff going on, man. Look at the green in the screen this morning, friends. It's just, wow, this is nice. We are loving this market, the way it's flipping back and forth, the opportunities is providing us day traders. It is just incredible. So this is a very nice way to start our Thursday morning here and first day of the month. All right, so first day of the month, what a way to start. Everything almost in the green. Yesterday we were live. Lenny, you probably know as well. We were live yesterday. Me, Jared, Brian, doing the earnings from Microsoft and Meta. And again, Microsoft really put in a nice move. So looking forward to that one today. As Jared was explaining how it's just crushed through its expected moves there. So looking forward to today's action. Before we do so, Lenny, I know you heard some news about tariff just now. What's the latest and greatest there?
Yeah, just Besant, he mentioned that at the end of the day, they're going to be tariff news. He had different headlines coming out last couple of minutes. He's speaking now. And the last news was like 2 minutes ago where he said at the end of the day, they're going to be tariff news.
Yeah, that's always interesting. So that should be fun. And then as far as our earnings today, we got some more stuff coming up today. We got Apple, we got Amazon. So again, jam packed. We won't be live for that, unfortunately. I'll be traveling during that time, but that should be fun in the chat room. I'm sure it's going to be many people watching that live earning on those big two magnificent seven. So that should be fun. And Roblox, I like Roblox. Roblox is today at the open.
Robert gap up. The earnings, nice gap up. So we're gonna discuss that. A lot of things happened.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Roblox. So let's see how that's trading. It trades very well when we usually have it in play. All right, friends, let's jump right into it. Let's get right to our gappers list this morning. As you can see, a lot of green on here. Let's take a look at the first top 5 or so, which are Zcar. I don't think I've ever seen this one, but should be interesting today. We'll look at that, and then we'll look at the rest on here that we're going to talk about anyway. Microsoft, Meta, and Roblox all leading the way this morning. But we got this Zcar up 114%. So let's get the right ticker in here. There it is, 114% right now. That is a massive pop on this Zcar or Zcar if you're in Canada. Any news, Lenny? This looks pretty good. Looks very active. The flow is tiny. I'm showing 600,000. Definitely under 1 million. So I don't like that about it. But it's clearly in play this morning.
Yeah, it's a stock. I have to say, I never traded it. I think I've seen it 1 or 2 times before because the ticker sounds familiar, but I never traded it. It looked like a very, very strong move up in the pre-market. Something probably have happened, but it was also a very low price stock. It's now trading below $10. It used to be, it has been like hovering around $5-6 in the last 2 months. So before it was actually higher, but yeah. I don't know what's the news. Pre-market looks like a strong move up, consolidating now around VWAP. I'm not planning to trade it. It's below $10. But yeah, that's a first gap up.
Yeah, not usually something I like, but again, it's here today, and we'll definitely keep an eye on it. All right, so secondary maybe. Secondary, let's put on the secondary. I mean, it is up 112%. How can we not watch it for our low flow friends? We'll put it on the secondary list. Most likely, I'm not going to be touching it, but today we should watch it. Up nicely here. The pre-market is trading a little bit clean, I want to say. Again, for a low flow, you are getting a nice little drop here and a potential continuation in the next couple of minutes, looks like here. Next on the gappers list, friends, is going to be CRWV. Sounds familiar, but I can't tell you I know what. CoreWeave, of course, it sounds familiar. We saw CoreWeave be active not so long ago. It is a quantum stock. Remind me of that, Lenny. I believe it is.
Yeah, they're like in cloud computing and AI solutions, and I think it all has to do with the earnings report of yesterday of Microsoft and Meta. It was, of course, the big question yesterday. Is like all the investments in AI that are happening, is it going to be lower because of the tariff war, because of the uncertainty? Is it going to be the same? Same? Is it like the AI bubble? Is it popping? But actually, yesterday the news came out that not only it's maintained like the investment in AI, but actually it's increasing. Microsoft says, okay, no, we're even like next year we might be even increasing our capex or our capital expenditure, like our investment in AI. So we're increasing. Where's the demand? Meta says it as well. So nobody wants to be outbuilt with AI, and I think that's the reason, like why a stock like CoreWeave is also hit positively by this news, right? Because they're
Yeah.
providing it, right? They're also like in the cloud computing AI, and that's exactly where Meta and Microsoft said yesterday, no, we're not backing down. We're actually increasing, accelerating how they said it, their growth
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
their investment.
Yeah. Let's see how they do. I mean, man, they're up quite a bit though for their IPO at 37. Kind of maintain that, so that's pretty good. Let's see. We might not get the volume. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this on the list, but we'll come
I
back
think
to
they're
it.
better names in the AI in the cloud space to
Yeah.
trade. I think that this
Yeah.
stocks with more liquidity to be traded today. But it's
Yeah.
definitely interesting to see like how a stock like this responds to the news out there.
No, I agree, agree. Yeah, let's keep it off for now. We can always come back to, but I agree, man. Look at this list. Look at this list. It's a beautiful list. It's a blockbuster list today. I mean, you name it is on here. Nvidia, Hood, Meta, Roblox, some quantum stuff on here. QBTS, UBT, Rigetti Spaghetti. Hims has been a little bit active, and our, of course,
And
PLTR,
PLTR, know.
PLTR, of course. I mean, it's on the bottom of the list. It should be on the top of the list. It's my favorite ticker the last couple of weeks here. All right, let's look at the next one here. It's going to be Microsoft. Obviously, earnings yesterday. They it's funny how they crushed their no, they didn't crush their earnings. Their earnings were okay, but they got rewarded pretty nice. We were doing this live yesterday. Let me show you the action. They actually popped up. I think if I remember correctly,
I think they
Gary
did
can
pretty well with
correct
the
me.
earnings. I think
Yeah,
they did pretty well. They had like double
yeah,
digit growth,
they
revenue,
did.
operating.
They
Yeah.
did, but you know what? They didn't crush it. Not like Meta. Meta crushed it, and Meta barely moved. So it was just weird the way that worked. But again, yes, positive earnings for sure. But there wasn't a pure crush out of it. But the reaction, incredible, as you can see here. So, yeah, then give us an update on the earnings, and then I'm gonna watch this for sure. It's gonna be on my main list. I think it's pretty nice this morning.
Yeah, what I read was that really like the positivity, the optimism comes from the re-accelerating the cloud revenue, right? The cloud revenue is like a very high business with high margins, and that actually re-accelerated, grew faster. And I think that's like where the positivity is coming from. There were double-digit growth in operating income, net income, and revenue. And that's like, yeah, margins are growing. So like the margins getting better and better. Operating income growing faster than the revenue. So that's it's like the positive thing, right? It's like one of these big hyperscalers, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon. And I think that's also the reason why we see Amazon moving up as well. Because I think Amazon is a very good secondary compared with Microsoft, right? Because they're both like in the cloud computing big. So yeah, that's gonna be. I think Microsoft gonna be in place. Not my favorite day trading stock. It usually doesn't trade day trade the best, but I think because it's such an important company, and I have it usually on my wish list of stocks to watch in the morning. But definitely today it will be on my primary list to trade because I think with so much volume, so much liquidity in a big tech name, a lot of retail traders over the world will be looking at it. So I think it could potentially give a very nice setup today. So definitely, I think
Yeah.
we should add Microsoft.
No, definitely on my list, man. After earnings and the way it's traded, usually not the one that I look at, but Microsoft will be on this morning for sure. So adding it to my main list there, guys, looks very good. Looking forward to that one. You did mention Amazon, right? So Amazon's another one that gapped up on the news of tariff taxes, which I found it ridiculous that they thought that was a big deal. I didn't think it was, but the stock reacted. Look at it now; it's back up 3.4. 1.2 million shares traded. And yeah, this could be exciting too. It's got some good volume. Again, all the Max 7s today, given how Microsoft and Meta traded. Plus, if there's any tariff news coming out, either today or, well, later today you mentioned, Lenny, right? That's going to be positive. Usually when people announce there's tariff news coming out, it's usually positive. If you announce it so early in the morning, maybe you want to see how the market reacts throughout the day. So let's see how it goes. All right, next on here is going to be our good buddy, well, not good buddy, but Wayfair. Wayfair W is a stock that we've seen in the past. Doesn't trade very well, and I think like on a day like today when there's going to be better things to look at, I don't think this is going to make my list, right? So again, it's up 8.8, 685,000 shares traded. Not something I'm going to have on here. Lenny, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, Wave. I remember actually traded it okay a very long time ago. But if you look at this pre-market price action, it's not the best, right? We see like a huge move up, then we see the price are coming down, really ranging up and down. I think there are way better stocks today to add to put on the watch list. Stocks with more liquidity,
Yeah.
stocks that trade with more trust. We can trust the price action more than a stock with price action this in the pre-market with relative low liquidity.
Yeah, yeah. Let's move on to the next one, guys. Take a quick look at our gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. You can get this list completely free, friends. Just head over to tradingterminal.com. On your left hand side, you're going to see scanners. Click on that and it'll bring you right on here. And then you're going to see some other things like earnings calendar and a summary and all that stuff. It's available to you. Next on here is going to be Roblox. Roblox up 7.2, 739,000 shares traded. I do like Roblox. I like the way it trades when it is in play. Lenny, if this is this earnings or is this something? Well, this earnings this morning, I believe, right?
Yes, yeah, they have
Did it come
earnings.
through
Yeah,
already? Okay, beautiful.
yeah. You know, it's
All right.
funny, like Roblox and you for me have really like an interesting association. You know, like when I started trading like 5 years ago, Roblox was all
Mm-hmm.
the time in play, and all the time you were speaking about Roblox, right? So it's funny that you mentioned already this morning,
Yeah.
you know, that you like it, but really I get this association between you and Roblox.
There you go, man. There you go. See, it's welcoming you as you're going to be covering for Peter the next 2 days or so, or the next few days. I'm not sure how long you're covering for him, but it's welcoming you, man, to the pre-market show. For those that don't know, Peter's going to be out trying to run a marathon, and I guess he's concerned about the hills that Mike was sending him pictures of. So hopefully they'll be okay. I'm sure he'll crush it. But most importantly, hopefully he takes care of his legs and doesn't burn out. But yeah, Lenny's gonna be covering throughout that time. So man, we're happy to have you, brother. So it's good to see how different moderators trade as well. All right, on
Mm.
here next on our gappers list this morning, let's take a look at Roblox. Like we mentioned, I do like this one. It's gonna be on my secondary though, Lenny. I think it's can be good, but I'm not sure if it's going to be as explosive as like a POTR, Nvidia, Tesla. I mean, I'm going Max 7 today, man. How about you?
Yeah, definitely. I think, like if there was not so much happening, right, you would see this gap up in Roblox. I think I would happily to put it for sure like on a B list, right? But I think like with so much things going on, I think there's definitely we should have more focus on the emphasis on the Magnificent Seven stocks, right? They have more liquidity,
Yeah,
and if they all be in play, I think it's better to focus on it. But I think I'll put it definitely on my B list or B minus list. I'll definitely have it there somewhere, but I won't be on my primary list. But definitely looks interesting,
yeah,
right? The gap up on the daily range, pre-market moving up, earnings. So it definitely has some key ingredients for
yeah.
being in play.
I like it, man. I like it for secondary. I'll throw it on there and we can always take a peek and see how it's doing. Another one that is on our list this morning, AUR. Is this the GOAT? Oh, no, it's not GOAT. It's Aurora Innovations. I mean, it just looks bad. It doesn't look attractive at all. I don't like what I'm seeing here. It is up 7.5, 560, 16,000 shares traded, but I am not a fan of what I'm seeing here at all. So, Lenny, not sure if this is your type of style or stock, but doesn't look good for me.
Yeah, it's a company in the self-driving car industry, innovation industry. I never traded it before. I see ATR lower than 60 cents. I see like a price below $10. So yeah, I think I'll try to avoid it, right? We see the pre-market basically we see a small move up, then a very rangy price action. It's not really my style. So I won't put it on my watch list, but it's definitely gapping up, that's for sure. But many things are gapping up, of course, today.
Yeah, so it's a lot looking much better this morning. So I'm gonna skip on this one. All right, let's see what else we have here. So guys, we looked at Microsoft, Roblox, CVS making its way up here somehow. They are up this morning 9.4, 401,000
Earnings.
shares traded. Yeah, even with earnings, man, this stock trades so bad. It is so bad, but earnings are treating them well, so that's good to see. Out of this CVS, did they get a split? I didn't know they were that high. I thought they were much lower. Um, no, I don't think they did. But man, I thought they were way lower than this.
Yeah, but they
But yeah,
moved up together with UNH. I think like they were like moving a little bit to sympathy or like really related news, but they've been quite strong indeed. And today, yeah, the
Yeah.
gap up to the, I think, new 12-month high, right? Really gapping up new year to date high. So yeah, could be interesting. I think I'll be putting it on my B list as well, together with Roblox. I think like the pre-market looks okay, move up range on the high part of the pre-market price action, nice daily range gap up, really gapping up into the high of the last 12 months or year to date. So I think it could be something. I think they're better stocks, but it will
Yep.
be on the
Yep.
B list. It will be a very full list, I think, today.
Yeah, it's a jam pack show here, man. As far as this list goes, it is full for sure, and also the green side. All right, I'm gonna stop here on the gappers list. I'm gonna hop around a little bit to get to some of the stuff that I want to get to, like Meta,
Yes.
POTR. Let's get to some of the big players here. So let's look at Meta. Meta also with earnings last night. Here we are up 6.9 at 952,000 shares traded. Will be on my list. Again, I still have our expected move here was 600 was the range we were looking for. Didn't quite get there, but got pretty close. But 600 and 500 was the we were looking for yesterday. But so we didn't get the big move, but today it's going to be a lot of fun. Almost a million shares traded. And as you guys know, Meta doesn't normally get great volume pre-market, right? Today they're definitely seeing that, obviously coming off of earnings last night. So Meta on my list as well. Lenny, what you got to add as far as Meta goes?
Yeah, Meta, good earnings as well. Average price per ad is increasing. Growth in ad impressions was a little bit decelerating, but yeah, they're also definitely increasing their AI investments. And I'm very curious to see like how they will develop. I believe it's called Reality Labs, right? Where they got their glasses, the AI glasses that are used. You can walk around with them. You can, for example, like if you speak with somebody in another language, right? Somebody else can speak to you in another language, and you see just the subtitles in the glasses. I think that's very interesting. And yeah, personally, like just out of interest, I'm very curious to see like how they will develop on that part. That aspect of the business is still losing for Meta, but that doesn't matter, right? It could become, of course, a huge asset for the future. But for now, they're doubling down on their AI investments, and also their AI investments are paying off, right? Advertisement company, so they can profit a lot from insights from AI, and that is working well for them. So strong gap up. Now in the pre-market price action, they're trading at the high of the pre-market. We saw a little bit some sell-off happening in the pre-market, early pre-market, mid pre-market, also like now like 30 minutes ago. So a little bit of selling pressure there, but let's see how it will develop. Definitely going to be on the primary list for me today.
Yeah, yeah. I was looking at some numbers as far as social media goes. You'd be surprised how much Facebook subscribers are. It's insane. They're like two times more, three times more than any other platform. It is wild. You think of Facebook. Oh, that's old school and this and that. No, they have a lot of people on that thing. It's just it blows everybody else out of the water, right? So it's a big revenue, and I'm gonna get a Facebook account. I'm gonna go back to Facebook. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to Facebook and grow my following there because it's just crazy. Like I think it's like 3.1 billion active users. That is wild,
Yeah.
right? So Facebook, the name sounds old, but it is it is a big time platform. So obviously doing well this morning, gonna be on my list, guys. Who has Facebook here, by the way? Lenny, you got Facebook?
Yeah, I have it, but I
Oh,
usually have
okay.
like it deactivated. Usually it's deactivated,
Okay.
and sometimes I
Okay.
need to go like to some Facebook groups, and then I activate myself again, and then I get all this advertisement and all this social media bombardment, and okay, I'm gonna
Yeah, yeah.
deactivate it again. It's funny, right? Like I believe like that the CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, he doesn't allow his own kids on social media, as far as like what I
Yeah,
read. I'm not.
yeah.
I think,
That
yeah.
that is that is wild. That is a lot of people. Um, all right,
But it's a
so let's take
blockbuster
a look.
company, of course. Imagine they have exposure to about 50% of the world population, right? With their
Yeah,
advertisement. That's of course very significant, very, very powerful.
yeah, yeah. So here it is. The largest platform is Facebook with over 3.1 billion monthly active users. YouTube is the second largest. I thought YouTube was the biggest, but nope. Facebook, my friend. Yeah, Raf, get with the program, baby. Facebook's where it's at. Me and you are about to open an account. So let's do it, man. Let's do it. All right, let's see here. All right, what else we have here? Let's look at our gappers list on there. Nvidia is also one I want to look at. It's also going to be on my list. So Nvidia this morning, we are looking at 6.9 million shares traded, 977,000 shares so far. I like Nvidia. Actually, hold on a second. No, that's not Nvidia. There it is. Nvidia 7.4 million shares traded. So I do like this one. Nice gap up. Again, I'm going to be heavy on the Max 7s today, guys. So Nvidia is going to be on here. And I'm going to leave a little bit of room for Tesla and POTR. That is really my list. Today, you can really watch anything you like, and I think you'll be okay. Again, this list got a bunch of stuff happening here. So I'm just going to do this for my list. I'm going to add, next is going to be here, POTR and Tesla. That's going to keep it very, very simple today. Blockbuster names only here. Right now, and then Lenny, we'll go to you. What do you like this morning that you're going to be watching?
Yeah, I think for sure Nvidia will be on the watches, right? They have the by far today and as actually every day the most shares traded in the pre-market. They're already now at 7.5 million shares traded, a lot of liquidity. So therefore, always like Nvidia is always on my watch list, and today as well, right? And they also probably like actually I'm pretty sure that they're now also gapping up because of the reporting of Meta and Microsoft, where they said like the market is not backing down on their chip and the AI investment, and that's also of course from influence on Nvidia, which is like the biggest provider of AI chips. So definitely Nvidia on my watch list. I noticed that AMD actually, but it's a little bit detailed. Yesterday seemed to be the strongest of the semiconductors, strong recovery. So perhaps I got AMD also on a secondary watch list. But even today, I see definitely it's a little bit weaker than MU, a little bit weaker than Nvidia. So I'm not sure if we're gonna put AMD on it, but perhaps I'm gonna keep an eye on AMD. And also definitely going to put Apple on my watches, right? Apple is like from all the big tech names, it's the only one actually gapping down, minus 1.5%. Apple has but definitely been has not been weak last couple of days. Yesterday it didn't move up so much as the rest of the market. I'm not sure it has to do with the earnings that are getting reported later today, or perhaps with one of the suppliers, or perhaps with the tariff news. But they seem a little bit more depressed today compared with the rest of the tech names. 1 million shares traded, which is not really elevated, but also it's definitely a bit elevated. So I think I'll put definitely Apple on the watch list as well. But there are also many other stocks to potentially also put on the watch
It's,
list.
there's a lot, man. You got to be picky. But I know your list is usually like 3 miles long. Your
Yeah.
list, I'm like, all right, here's Lenny's list. Hold on a second. Let's go take a breath. So that's all good, man. But but yeah, yeah, so much you could watch today. SMCI, I'm seeing being mentioned on both sides of the party here. So we take a look at it. SMCI this morning, we are not up or down. I know they had the big drop yesterday. If you look at here, they had the big drop yesterday, but they did recover nicely, actually. Not all the way, but they did pretty well. Today, as I don't know what this spike is about, as high as 34, then coming back down to 32. Could be interesting. I don't know. Me and MCI don't get along too well. I don't know what it is. The price action for me is weird. I can't read it properly. Lenny, I'm not sure
Big
about
moves
you,
up and
but
down, right? Big moves
yeah,
up and down
it's
always.
yeah. I don't know what it is. If it's the big moves, it's just the way the candles form. It's just weird, man. It's just weird. PLTR has a little bit of that,
I
where it's
agree.
not as fluid as like like your Apple, Nvidia. I don't know. It's hard to explain, man. There's something about the price action that just
A lot
does
of
not
overlap
get.
in the candles I often see, you know, you see like a lot of overlap,
Yeah.
right? Where like the candles trading in the previous candle is just
Yep.
not nice, right? The price is really trending, you know, candle opening, closing higher, opening, closing higher. That's really better than a lot of overlap, right? And then the big moves up and down, you know, you get stopped out. It's
Yep.
uh it's not my favorite, but it's a second day play, right? Yesterday it was very, very big time in play, of course. It recovered,
Yep.
just like the
Yep.
rest of the market. And today the pre-market price looks a little bit different than the rest of the stock. So who knows, could be a second day play.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be, it could be a good secondary play. It did have some big moves yesterday, gapping down. And again, it was a long, the most of the day, like many things were. We had a lot of stuff that went long yesterday. If you look at Nvidia, almost everything gapped down, shot up. Even Starbucks, we traded that one shot up as well. So it just goes to show you, you can't, just because the stock is gapping down, it can be a long all day. And for many stocks, that's what it was. So POTR had a huge day. Oh, Brian's buying coffee today. He's buying the coffees and the bagels this morning because he
Awesome.
swang POTR. He got in, yes, like a 115 or something. I don't know what it was, but he's buying the bagels today for the group and everyone on here. All right.
Not only Brian, I think other PLTR shareholders also will be perhaps spending a little
Yeah,
bit extra next coming days because like they're almost at
yeah.
all-time high PLTR.
Good thing we only know Brian, so Brian's the one who's gonna have to take care of us. So there it is. When he comes on, let's let him know to cover some of that and then send some over to us. All right, friends, that's our list. On the gap down so far, there's a couple on here. Let's take a look at those before we hop over to what you guys like this morning. ARVN. What is this? ARVN. This is our Venus. Our Venus. I'm not sure what this is, but I've never heard of it before. It's dropping here 37%, 1.6 million shares traded. Doesn't look like a great trader. Doesn't get a lot of volume. Just in the pre-market alone, we're doing the volume that we have done over individual days to the last 3, 4 trading days. So not big on volume. Lenny, I'm not sure what company this is. I don't think I've ever seen them before, but they're not having a great day today like everybody else is.
Yeah, I also don't really know the company, but definitely, like you say, like the pre-market is really crying down. You know, it's like a sell-off, pullback, selling off, pulling up to view again, selling off. They're not having a great day. They also seem to on the daily chart to really fall below like what's it like the lowest point of the last on my chart, yeah, lowest point of the last 5 years, about to fall, drop below it. Not sure what's the news is, not sure what's the company, but it's also below $10. Uh, so I'm not really looking to trade it. It's quite interesting, right? I see, oh, no, it's the weekly ATR on a weekly chart. Uh, no, I'm not looking to trade. Very big ATR.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But not looking to trade it indeed. But an interesting weak price action indeed.
Yeah. We'll leave that one alone, guys. Another one on here is going to be OGN. So OGN this morning, we are similar action. Looks like we're down 17%, 493,000. Again, another company that I'm not sure what they do. Volume looks very light on the daily as well. So gonna be off my list, Lenny. I'm not sure it's gonna be something I'm gonna add, given the way the day's setting up today.
No, I don't think it necessarily. Indeed, it looks a lot like the other previous one, ARVN indeed, but no, I
Yeah.
don't think it's necessary to put it on the watch list.
Yeah, we'll leave it alone. All right, let's take a look here. QCOM. QCOM is next. Also earnings last night. They
Yes.
actually are going in the other direction, unfortunately. If I could type correctly, QCOM. There we go. So a little bit of a drop here. They are down 6% right now, 661,000 shares traded. I don't like the way QCOM trades. Even with earnings, I find them their price action to be brutal. So they won't be on my list. But if you like this company, they are in play today. Again, they just don't make my list. Just they're just so bad at the way they trade. Could be the lack of volume. Could just be the stock itself. It's not a high price stock, so I don't know why it trades like that. But yeah, we'll be off my list. Do you like this one? Have you traded it before?
Yeah, sometimes traded it in the past, but I agree, like rarely it ever trades good. It's a very difficult trading stock. I remember just a very perfect 5 minute ORB that I opening range breakouts that were traded on it, but usually it trades pretty bad indeed. They also had earnings. Earnings were pretty okay, but they lowered their forward guidance a little bit, and therefore they're actually going the other direction to the short side. But now I'm not gonna put it on my A or B list. I think there's better stocks to
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah, I agree. All right, a few more. Well, here's the other one. The last one on here is GOD off the gap down list this morning. GOLD, excuse me. Barrick Gold, they're moving down a little bit down 2.8, 467,000 shares traded. Some people do like to trade this one. I don't like the volume on it and the way it trades, so we'll be off my list. Yeah, that kind of does it for our gap up and gap down. Lenny, as far as gold and anything else gapping down, is there anything you have on your list that you like this morning?
Yeah, there's some potential stocks that actually trade a little bit more difficult than other stocks, but I was looking potentially at the NVO. There's a very nice gap up. There was like the World Health Organization, the WHO. They mentioned that they're going to back these weight loss drugs. So there might be support from institutions coming for it. So I think that's the reason why they gapped up. It's a difficult trading stock. It's also foreign, right? It's European. But it could be like perhaps on my B or C list. And then also, I think like Bitcoin showed some resilience in the last couple of weeks, and MSTR, it's now gapping up, and the pre-market looks move up range now dropping a little bit below VWAP, so that's not the best sign. But MSCI on the daily chart looks pretty strong. The pre-market looks strong. Uh, and yeah, perhaps there also was some crypto news yesterday, I said, where there's some payments of the Trump Tower in Dubai could be done in Bitcoin. And there was also some legislation, I believe, in United Kingdom that they're gonna start with some crypto legislation. So perhaps that has to do with it. It's not my favorite trading stock, MSCR, like just what you said with QCOM, something you can trade very brutal, big moves up and down. But perhaps like on the B or C list, MSTR.
Yeah, people like MSTR. I unfortunately don't trade it very well, but people love this stock. I find it hard to trade compared to like a Coin or a Mara. But I gotta say, lately, Coin and Mara, they have not been trading all that great. So I, again, have not really been looking at them. I know that Bitcoin has been moving up and down. Went a low a couple of weeks ago, somewhat recovering now. But again, they're just so bad as far as my style of trading. Which one has been very active, and I know they do other stuff besides Bitcoin. It's or cryptocurrencies. It's Hood. Hood is one that can trade much better than like a Mara or a Coin, and usually they're moving together. I've seen Hood do some stuff, and then today they got earnings, so we'll be
Earnings,
interesting
yes.
tonight. Earnings after hours, and then we'll see
They reported
tomorrow
earnings.
how it looks. They
They
reported. I thought
already
it was
report. They
tomorrow.
reported earnings. Yeah,
It
they
was this
report good
morning.
earnings. No, I think yesterday already. Yesterday in the post market, they reported good earnings.
Oh yes, they did. We did talk about this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it yesterday? I thought it was
Yeah, I
today.
believe
Okay.
so.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
Okay.
maybe,
So excellent.
maybe
Oh, they didn't move much here. Uh,
no, but the earnings were good. The earnings were pretty
okay,
good. What I
okay.
read.
Oh, got it. Okay, I thought got confused on that one, but yeah, I do see the action here after hours. Not great. Expected more out of Hood, but again, they could trade very well. Maybe a secondary. I do like them. Do like when they get in play and they get the volume. They got 2 million shares traded right now, so I will add them here to my secondary list. All right, guys, I can't add anymore. I am so full when it comes to this list. Lenny, anything else you want to share on your end? And we'll see what our team is watching and also our friends over on YouTube.
Yeah, I think we can continue. I think we have many, many stocks for a watch list.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
interesting, or perhaps interesting, like McDonald's also reported earnings and they warned for a cautious consumer, and actually their revenue was down a little bit. So, yeah, that could perhaps also be good for the worldwide health situation, right? Because McDonald's is not the best food, but that was they reported earnings. But I don't think McDonald's is an interesting day trading stock. For day trading, it's not interesting. But it was just interesting, I think, that they reported earnings and that they actually seeing a decrease in revenue.
Yeah. Again, stock trades poorly, so it won't be on my list. But yeah, see them here moving a little bit. All right, excellent, guys. Let's see what you guys like this morning. Again, I don't think I can add any more. Andrew D is saying Carlos has experienced the Lenny effect with his watch list in saying that I'm adding a lot of tickers today. I only have only five. It's not bad. I can go up to six, but only five this morning. I'm gonna stick to that. All right, let's see what else you guys like this morning. What else we have here? CEP. Let's take a look at that. CEP. We saw this before. Wasn't this a low float that was going wild? Wow, look at this thing. This thing actually has moved up pretty good, going from zero, whatever this number is over here. Look at the last couple of days. This thing has actually kept up. Um,
Yeah.
Careful, guys. Very low volume, even lower than we were paying attention here, and somehow managing to go from 30 to 45 today, as high as 49, low as 43. Just be careful. Look at the intraday action on this. It's just messy. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to trade something like this as far as my strategy. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it off, but be very mindful. I believe it's a low flow stock too, right? It's extremely low flow, so be cautious with that. All right. What else? What else we got going on here? What else you guys like this morning? So that's CEP. Um, let's take a look. GM or GM or good morning GM. I know
No,
GM
GM
was
definitely.
yeah, GM was in the play the last couple of days. Today they're gapping up 3%. Again, just the volume is not there. Very difficult stock to trade. I know they're pulling their guidance and having a lot of auto announcements and stuff like that. But as far as news, I don't like them this morning. Gonna keep them off the list. Core Weave. We actually did talk about Core Weave earlier today.
Yes, we
Um,
discussed it.
yeah, it's a tough one, man. You got to watch it. We've seen some good days out of it. It's like right, we saw here. I just don't think you're getting the volume on this one, so I won't be watching. I think you said the same thing too, right? It's just not great volume. It is breaking out today, so you're seeing a nice pop this morning. Just be careful if you have the space to watch it. Yeah, put it on deck. I just don't think it will be on my list. ATR
Yes,
is
no, I
kind of high. All right, let's see. Okay, I think we can stop here. Let's see what else we have. I think we're good over on YouTube. Anything else you guys like this morning? So you kept Starbucks. Okay, yeah, Starbucks for a second day play could be. You're not going to see as much volume as you saw yesterday on it, so it'd be a little bit tougher. Again, Starbucks on earnings, I love. We saw it yesterday, we traded it. Unfortunately, we didn't get the big move, but every time after earnings, Starbucks is on my list. It's just it trades very good, and it always seems to gap down and then just shoot up. So I don't know, just seems that way for the most part.
yeah. Interesting about Starbucks is yesterday, so it gapped down to a very year after date low. Then it had a very strong recovery, closing yesterday at the high. Post market moved up, and today in the pre market we're bouncing off the previous day close, right? And there's still a gap to fill if we look on the daily chart. So who knows? We could see some continued strength today, even though in the pre market doesn't really signal it right now. But there's a gap to fill in Starbucks
Yeah.
still, potentially.
Yeah, I do see that there potential. I don't like the way the volume is right now, but again, at the market open, so you're gonna get the volume on Starbucks. It does trade like a nicey stack where there's no volume pre-market, and then at the market open, you'll get the volume in. All right, friends, let's stop here. I think we got a great list. I know you guys are throwing out some more tickers. NVO is another one that had their deal. They continue to push higher, man. This stock is just crushing it. They had their Life Med, I forget the other one's name, Hims, all getting together on this weight loss drug. So yeah, they're doing pretty good this morning here, as you can see. So that looks nice. And BBAI, ain't that the what's the name of this one? BBAI. BBAI, Big Bear AI, yeah. I don't know. This looks bad for me. For me, this looks so bad as far as choppiness and everything else. So just be mindful. You did get some good days here from $3 to 350. That's a big, nice day there for the most part. But the intraday, it just doesn't look well. It won't. I won't do well with this with the way I trade. All right, friends, let's head over to our community events and announcements. I'm going to bring up what we have coming up for this beautiful Thursday, and Lenny will take you through that and let you know what's on schedule for today. Oh, what happens to the
Uh,
webinars page? Did it disappear? Oh no, here it is. Webinars, and it is Thursday.
Yes. So it's actually time today for the mentorship sessions. We have, of course, myself have my mentorship session at 11 a.m. US market time in the webinar room. We're going to discuss trend trading. We're going to discuss opening range break trading, ABCD setup trading. I'm going to discuss all my trades of this week. We're going to discuss some insights and some other, interesting price action reading skills and information. Afterwards, there Jared with his option mentorship session every Thursday. So also today, right? First me at 11 a.m., followed by Jared at noon. And afterwards, later in the evening, there's also the Tor mentorship at 8 p.m. tonight. So a lot of mentorship today. Very interesting, very interactive, right? You can ask all your questions. And I think that's really interesting for our learning progress. So that's what's happening today. And of course, also next week, we start with our new P Capital Trading Bootcamp. I'm also a team leader there, so I hope to see you over there. Different packages, and the Platinum package has everything, right? The membership, the funded account, and also a P Capital Trading Bootcamp. So we're starting next week, and I hope to see you there. You can still apply as far as I know. And otherwise, we see each other in September when they're going to be the next fall bootcamp. But first, let's focus on this one starting next week. Hope to see you there.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks, Lenny. Yeah, friends, for the laptop and membership, Andrew's, he can't even get trading going right now because the connection's so bad. So we'll have to do it next week. Let's do it next week when he comes back. We'll do a membership, but he tried to trade yesterday and share his screen. He couldn't. Just the bandwidth is not enough from China. So yeah, I think he's in chat. So we'll commit to do it next week when he's back for sure. So yeah, membership next week when he's at his home office. All right, let's get some levels in, guys. Let's get some levels. Get ready for the market open here. Let's start with the first one on deck. It's going to be Microsoft. So Microsoft right now, I'm going to remove some of the older levels. High of the pre-market this morning, we are looking at let's see, the daily 421. So right over here, 432.50 actually, 432.50. High of the pre-market, and your low is at 421. That is where your low is going to be, and that's going to be somewhere in this area here. I'm just going to mark it right there, 421, your low of your pre-market. If we look to the left a little bit, big gap up, obviously, given our earnings and their results there. We're going to have a big level at 408, so I'm going to mark that there. You can see that if I draw a line there, you can see how much support we have there, so that's a good place to put it on. And then also above that, we do have another one at 414.60, we'll call it, and then below that, again, so many levels because this thing moved up so much. We had another one at 4124 as well. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. There you can see highs and lows. I mean, highs of these days having a tough time getting above that. And then below that, you do have your highs and lows of your last 2 trading days, right? So plenty of support here. You can see how that support has been trading over the last couple of days, right? Really struggling to get above that previous day close at 395. Above the pre-market highs, you got a couple of areas here. We're getting very close to our recent highs in December and in January here. It's going to be 447.93. All the way up here, we're looking at 455.98. In here, we do have a small area, 438.35. Again, Microsoft's moved so much. We got tons of levels on it today because it could be the big mover. Let's see how things go at the market open this morning. Let's take a look at Meta. Meta's another one with earnings as well, going to be on my list. Good volume this morning in the pre-market. Has not hit our 600, right? Still hasn't hit the 600 number, but it's hanging out here just $10 from $10 or 13 from there. It's just 590.46 is the high of the pre-market. Towards the bottom, we are going to mark down 580. That is your pre-market low. And then if you look on the daily here, we do have a couple of, just one level before we get to our highs and lows. It's going to be right around this area. It's not a major level. It's 570. Again, you don't have a whole lot going there besides one day that just opened up there. So I don't see a lot in the most recent daily. But if you go back, it's interesting. You see that 570, if you go back to November and December, it actually is a big deal. Look at that 570 there using support and resistance. So that's why we picked that day off. Usually lines up like this pretty nice. So you definitely want to have that when it comes to Meta as far as your levels go. So and then below that, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. You don't need to add anything else. Next on the list is going to be Nvidia, our good buddy, which you're always watching here, finally doing some stuff. Nvidia was kind of stuck, right? A couple of really small days, and the market open on Nvidia, besides 1 or 2 days, has been, at least for me, really bad. Like I have not seen any good opportunities on it. Yesterday was a great day for it, and I think 2 days ago did very, very good, but it has a couple of days in between where it's just brutal to us. Here's 114.04 is the high of the pre-market on Nvidia. Your low is going to be set down at 113. I show it lower actually. I show it down at 12. That does this sometimes, right? I don't know if you guys see this. I don't know if it's just me. Am I doing something wrong? But they'll have like, this is the number I look at to get the exact, oh, no, let me bring it over here. To get the exact high and low, right? Am I doing that wrong? I don't think so, right? And then when I look at the charts, the 5-minute, the low of the pre-market is down at 112.57 at 435. Whose fault is this? The programmer or developer? Who's messing up here? Somebody's not getting this right. But yeah, 112.57 is the low that I see. That's what I'm going to go with on the charts. If we look towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a really good job, so we don't need to add anything there. And then above the pre-market high, let's see here, 117.09, and then above that we do have 120.14. So pretty good there, guys. We are all set as far as Nvidia goes and their levels. POTR, our good buddy, well, has become our good buddy recently, man. Just look at this daily. Just awesome the way these guys are moving. Did we cover Yeah, we blew through the gap down that we had and gap up. We're this all-time highs or no? We've been higher, right?
Yes, all-time high. Yes, oh no.
No, we've been higher, I think. But it's 52-week highs, no question. I mean, look at this monthly,
Hmm.
right? I mean, this is right up here. It's going to be 125.22 is our 52-week high. And is it? It might be all-time highs.
I
I
think it was
mean,
all-time high. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but getting
yeah,
confused now.
I think so. I mean, look, this is the monthly here. Yeah,
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
there's anything after pre-market or post hours that's higher than this, that's what we have there. But yes, that's pretty aggressive. So really nice on PLTR. They're doing some good stuff. Let's go back to our daily if I can. There we go. So there it is, 125.22 is what I show as their all-time high. So getting very, very close. Higher the pre-market at the moment, sitting at 121.35, and then towards the bottom, 119.53 is where we're going to mark that there as well for PLTR. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing an amazing job. Every day green. Even the gap downs are green on PLTR. So they're just crushing it here. One of my favorite tickers for this morning. Let's look at Tesla last but not least. Tesla kind of staying put a little bit. Actually,
Something
became
have happened.
red.
It sold
Yeah.
off. Yes,
What's
I
going on
noticed it.
with Tesla? What's the latest and not so greatest on Tesla?
I checked quickly, but
Um,
I couldn't find, in a very brief moment, couldn't find anything in Tesla, but maybe
yeah.
some news came out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's yes, interesting. They're dropping here below the previous day close when they were nicely in the green, good volume. But yeah, we'll see what's happening with them. 278.83 is the low of the pre-market on Tesla, so we'll mark that down. Below that, we do have highs and lows for the last two trading days. I'm gonna mark down 274.25. That looks good right there. And then above that, pre-market high is going to be up at 285.59. So 285.59, we'll mark that there. And above that, the highs for the last two trading days. So Tesla's day looks interesting, right? We just kind of been stuck. Like we had a big move up and then just kind of consolidating sideways between the, like, I want to call it 285 and 275, we'll say. Just kind of stuck in this area. Let's see what it does. Dropping down here below the previous day close. Let's see where the action is for it this morning. But I do like what I'm seeing here. Amit, thanks for the information. And good morning, Andrew. Andrew is in the chat as well. Amit says Tesla denies report of new CEO. Oh yes, I saw that. I thought it was a joke. I saw that on Bloomberg. I'm like, all right, somebody's going too far. Like, really? Tesla is Elon. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you don't want that. So you're gonna do that now when he's actually going to leave his position at the Trump administration and actually focus on Tesla. That's probably the worst thing to do right now. Let him do his thing, come up with the next big thing, get everybody excited, bring this thing up to 400 again, and then transition to a new CEO slowly, right? Bring somebody in. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the room here, guys. I mean, ain't that the way you do this, right? I'm not the smartest guy on earth. It's like that's the way I would do it. I mean, how would you do it? This is not what you want to do. It just doesn't make sense. So, right, you agree, Steve agrees, Sean agrees. Okay, all right. I'm not talking nonsense then. All right, I learned something over the years, looks like. All right, friends, we are all set. Who's trading live? I know Brian is. So, Brian, whenever you're ready to connect, we'll disconnect from chat room. Lenny and I are going to trade live for YouTube. I see Andrew's list is ready. Lenny, let's go through what our team is watching over at the chat.
All right. Okay. So well, my personal watch list is going to be Microsoft. It's going to be Meta. It's going to be Nvidia. I can also share my screen actually. That would be helpful.
Yeah.
I'll be sharing my screen. Okay, wow. We're gonna do the trading session together as well. Okay, awesome. That's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be I don't
Awesome.
think I have seen you. Actually, I have seen you trade live before, but
Yeah, no,
we have never done it here together. So that'll be fun.
that's gonna be
All right, I
great.
see
Just need to
Brian
go.
is connected in chat room. We're gonna go disconnect from our chat, friends. We're gonna continue over on YouTube, guys. Stay safe. We'll see you guys later. And I see Andrew's connecting as well, so hopefully he's able to stream also. So yeah, those guys are in chat. If you do want to join them, you can check our link. It's gonna be our trial. Hold on, let me mute Brian. Brian, is talking in my ear. There we go. So mute Brian. But yeah, check out our chat room. There's some links here that the team has put together there. You can join and see what that's all about. All right, Lenny, you got your screen up? Let me see if I could bring it up here.
Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Just need to go quickly to the bathroom in a bit.
Oh, whoa,
But
that's not acceptable in the pre-market show, man. We go all the way to 12 with no breaks. You got to figure this out. Do your thing, man. All right, let's get
my
ready.
watch.
I do see what
Yeah.
happened.
No,
Say
no, good.
again.
Now I'll go to my watch it like a couple of minutes before the market open. That will be fine as well.
Yeah, no. Go ahead, man. Go take your break. We'll be here.
Right.
All right. Let's see what we got going on. Lenny, you have 8 minutes as Ben. All right. POTR. Yes, I love POTR this morning. POTR is good. So let's get our 5 minute ready. We had a good day yesterday, but it wasn't a great day. Like we had a green day, actually nice green day, but it could have been a blockbuster green day if we would have gotten those moves early, right? We're in very early on the moves. They pulled back, got us out of break even, and then they took off like a few minutes later. So I was pretty much done for the day. Like it didn't make no sense to try to take another trade at that point. So we didn't trade. But man, what I hope you guys survived some of those moves, which I think you did. You guys mentioned you guys did pretty well there, so that's good. All right, let's take a look here. So we have Microsoft. I'm gonna put this on my list. We have Meta, just putting them in the order that we put them together. We have Nvidia. We have PLTR. We have Tesla. And then scrolling down a little bit more, we got Z-Car, which again I put on here because it's a high flying low flow at 140%. I'm not gonna trace, but look how beautiful this thing is. This thing is it's looking rather nice. All right, I see you're back, Lynn. Let me
Yes.
set up your screen. I want to make sure it looks good
Yeah,
for the live trading. So
that's good.
don't move anything. I'm just gonna zoom it in here
All
nicely.
right. It's gonna be exciting, guys. We're gonna do the live trading together.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna be cool. A lot of stocks on the watch list, so I'm gonna drop a few names because I don't want to get like have too many stocks on the watch list because that could also lead to sometimes to some fear of missing out, right? So I might be dropping NVO to the C list. QCOM definitely gonna be on the C list. LLY as well. SMCI C list. B list. C list. C list.
Awesome,
PLTR,
awesome.
yeah. And A list for sure. Microsoft, Meta, Nvidia, Tesla. A lot of A list. Big A list. All the Magnificent Seven stocks basically. Microsoft, Meta,
Yeah,
Nvidia, Apple,
yeah.
Tesla. Okay, you guys can see is my
Yeah,
screen shared? Okay,
yeah, I
perfect.
can see it. I'll just switch back and forth, but between our screens so they can see both live tradings here. So when you take a trade, I'll switch to you. When I take a trade, I'll switch to me, and yeah, we'll make it work. Try to do this.
Right.
This helps a lot our viewers. Try to zoom in, not too much, but a little bit more. Like if you see my screen here, think
Yes,
about these
yes.
guys on YouTube being on a phone. If they're on a phone and you zoomed out, they're not gonna see it that much. So just a little bit. Don't let it mess up your trading, but um,
All right. I'll
that
try. I'll
will.
try.
Yeah. There you go. Awesome, man. All right, friends. You guys ready? A couple of minutes to the market open. Let's see what we got as far as comments. Thank you guys for being on today. Really appreciate it on this Thursday morning. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so. We are happy to have you guys here with us this morning as we get ready to go. So good morning, Guillermo. Good morning. Go Leafs, go. That's hockey, right? Hockey in Canada. I'm not a big hockey fan, but I think that's what Peter's talking about that all the time. I think the Leafs or something. I think his team got beat up by them. So not good. All right, let's see. Yes, Toronto. Okay. Phone, yeah, I got 20. Yeah, man, props. Not everybody has a 24-inch screen up on our chat, right? So some people are on their phones.
I do my main trading still on a
S-
laptop screen. I got an
yeah.
additional screen for the SPY and Qs, but my main trading still on the laptop screen.
Okay. Yeah, I got my 327 inch, more than enough. Works pretty well. Look at a Z car here doing his thing, going higher, up 48%. Again, risky stuff. I'm just looking at it for fun, really, to be honest. We won't be trading this. Susan is watching us other than instead of Andrew today. You're gonna make him upset. He's gonna
It's
he's
cool.
gonna he's gonna get rid of me and Lenny. He's like, all right, you guys could take my viewers.
Hmm.
Get out of here.
Very welcome.
No, but thank you. But she's not here for me because I've been here a very long time. Lenny, she's here for you. So you must like the way Lenny
Nice.
trades.
And let's make some nice winning trades.
Yeah,
With the right example.
absolutely. All right, 2
Microsoft
minutes to the
squeezing a
market
little bit.
open. Microsoft, what you got?
Microsoft is squeezing a little bit the last couple of minutes. I wonder if there was
Mm-hmm.
any late pre-market news, right? Anything can happen nowadays. The headlines a couple of minutes before the market open. Uh, so what's happening? Nothing really particular in the last couple of minutes. So yeah, Microsoft seems to be closing the pre-market price action so far a little strong. 90 seconds to the market open. Meta also being strong, actually just broke out the pre-market. Nvidia
Yeah.
now 10 million shares traded, selling off a little bit, right? So Nvidia actually pulling back. Apple remains its weakness. A lot of stocks on the watch list.
Yeah, Watchlist is good today. Watchlist is really good. It's looking
Yeah.
nice.
Microsoft MSTR pulling back as well. So I'm going to remove it from my A list because I think now it gives some mixed signals, right? You see like the strength in the pre-market, but also the weakness in the late pre-market. So I'm removing MSTR. CVS looks stable, but CVS is of course a difficult trading stock, but I might higher it a little bit on my watch list. Hood also pulling back a little bit. So what now I always find interesting to see like what's actually holding stronger than the rest in the late pre-market. Microsoft holding stronger, Meta holding strong, Nvidia being weak. Okay, so let's go for it.
Yeah, let's do it, man. All right, couple of seconds here. As usual, guys, I'm gonna be waiting 3 minutes before I take any trades. Just kind of lay back, let the market do what it has to do. Then we'll be looking for a VWAP breakout or a 5-minute opening range. So ding, 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 ding. Here we go.
We're
Microsoft
open.
off to the races. That is beautiful right there.
Yeah, so the
That
late
is,
pre-market strength already gave some clues, right?
yeah.
And we see SPY was opening also green. Yeah, anything can happen. Also, be waiting the first 3 minutes. I don't think I'll be trading it in the first minute.
Mm-hmm.
So at least we get a lot of time just to read what's happening.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. No FOMO, friends. Take your time. Take your time. Wait for that setup. All right, Microsoft. I'm gonna bring you in here.
That's a $4 move in the first minute. That's quite significant for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Meta pulling back a little bit. And Nvidia, SPY Qs, SPY so far very indecisive, right? You see like wicks on top side. So the SPY didn't choose any direction yet. I always like to trade
Yep.
the direction of the strength. Also seem to be some issues with my software. Look, my apples. It's not even printing yet. My chart. You see, Apple,
That's
my
not good.
first minute didn't get printed yet. That's an issue.
Yeah, I guess I got
Actually,
my first minute printed here. So yeah, something's up.
and also
Maybe
my look at
change close
Microsoft.
servers. Yeah, change close
Yeah.
servers.
Also my Microsoft, my second minute didn't get printed yet.
Oh, that's not good.
Check
Check your MS. Check your MS at the bottom. See how that looks.
I'm gonna restart the software.
Yep.
Just quit my screen share.
All right, friends. All right, let's see what the action is. A lot of volatility, a lot of movement. Meta dropping down here. Microsoft could be a good long. Let's see. I gotta wait 3 minutes though for my setup. How do you change cold servers? You go over to File. You go to Data Stream. and then you can at the bottom there should be like a button where it says change quote, at the top. Sorry, change quote server at the top. That's how you do it.
See, my
Then you
chart seems
pick one that's available.
my chart seems to be back. So now I'm gonna reshare my screen again.
Yep. All right, let's see here, friends. A lot of action on Microsoft. Z card.
Okay.
Look at Z card go. Halt it to the top. Is our good buddy? Is our good buddy Norm trading low floats again? Ooh, I'm not sure if he can hear me on YouTube. I wonder if he's trading low floats
Norman was
again.
yesterday in the chat, right? I noticed him as
Oh
well.
yeah, he's and today too. Today too. Our good buddy's back. All right, so let's see here. Z car halted. We'll see where it goes. Wow, look at Tesla. Yes, Tesla
Being strong indeed.
looking nice. Stocks want to go green. I like POTR here, guys. Let's see if we can regain the VWAP, and if we can take it long. I think this will be really nice if we could do that. Just pop up to the VWAP. Hopefully get a pullback confirmation. After this candle closes, get a pullback, and on the way back up on strength, we want to go in for that, and that's going to be that should be a good stretch there. So let's see if we can regain the VWAP. Though struggling right now to do that, but if we can close above the VWAP, pull back, and then the following candle on the way back up, we can go long. Right now, it's not looking like it's going to get that setup. So let's look for something else. Nvidia, looking pretty interesting here. Andrew's actually long POTR. Andrew's long POTR got in a couple of minutes ago. He's probably seen the same thing we are too.
The squeeze,
As far
right?
as the thought process, right? Nvidia pulling back. Let's see here.
Roblox, nice sell-off. Roblox sold up all the way to previous day close. Now it's a bit late.
Where's
Roblox.
my-
Now we're
You know, I forgot to put Roblox on my secondary, on my actual list here.
Microsoft looking strong, but
Roblox, SMCI. I forgot to finish the secondary list on my actual watch list. Okay, I got it now. SMCI, Roblox. Yeah, that's gone already for me. Zcar still halted. POTR is being
rejected.
messy. POTR is playing games. This is being so bad. This is why we had to wait for that confirmation, right? But VWAP, it's just, look at this crap. We'll come back to it. We've seen POTR do this, right? In the 5-minute, guys, just kind of stay really stuck, and then an hour later, it gives you a great move. So just, if you got stopped once or twice, just hold the bullets. Let's wait for this thing to settle down. Lenny, what you got your eyes on? What do you like the most so far?
I'm looking at Microsoft. Microsoft giving double signals, right? See some bottoming, but also see some rejections from the top in Microsoft. So I'm not looking to enter anymore. I was considering Microsoft for long, looked strong, but there were a
Yeah.
little bit too much rejections from the top. So not doing Microsoft. I'm looking at Meta. Meta,
hmm
the third candle slowed down a little bit, so it looked weak, but first 2 minutes, but then it slowed down a little bit. So Meta is also not the cleanest. Nvidia just being choppy, moving sideways. Apple is actually showing strength. Apple is showing the continuation where Microsoft was holding back. 2-minute chart looks better. We see basically now how much did it move today? $2, $3 move, ATR $7. So a lot of room to move still on Apple. 2-minute chart closing strong. Might be a little bit extended now. Yeah, might be. Apple looks strong, but it might be better to wait for a little pullback. But now it shouldn't go too fast, right? We see also in the 2-minute chart price contraction in Apple and then breakout. So Apple could be interesting.
Yeah.
Tesla
How about
slowing down.
Meta short. Meta short bouncing off the VWAP like that. I mean, I don't.
Oh, Wood. Look
That
at
could be
Wood.
interesting.
Wood made a sell-off. Look at the first
Wow,
candles.
that is aggressive.
Hey, Apple is going. Apple now reached yesterday closed. Apple looks very strong, but I wanted to wait for a little pullback after the last 1 minute. If you look at Apple, I'm sharing my screen. Apple
Yeah.
was the one that actually had the confirmation of strength, where Microsoft was doubting a little bit, right? On the 2-minute chart, Apple looked strong. right? First candle closing above the pre-market high, second candle inside candle, third candle closing above the opening range, but it's also a little bit extended, so I thought that better wait for a nice pullback. And now we're also a little bit extended. So what else happening? Amazon very choppy. CVS made an interesting sell-off as well, but now we made a very big move already on the daily chart. So
CVS. Yes, that's a tough one. Um,
MSTR reject and Microsoft rejected now, right? That's what we discussed. We saw like the first price couple of minutes looked strong, but then you
yeah,
saw like the rejections and then the dumping came in Microsoft. So I'm glad I saw the
it's hard.
selling
It's hard
price.
to read. Hard to read. I mean, if you look at Microsoft now, you talk about Microsoft. That's it's about to go through VWAP now. So it is. It is a very difficult start to the open. And again, difficult start to the open. We still got a lot of time, guys. Only 8 minutes in, we'll get something. But we just got to be picky here. POTR is not doing what we want. It's not staying above the VF, so we're not jumping in on
Look,
that.
Hood, very beautiful, beautiful sell-off. Look at that
Wow,
beautiful, beautiful beard.
guys, who took
Channel.
advantage of this? I wasn't watching it. It was my secondary, but Hood is losing it, losing it.
Apple now see if it can hold above the high of the opening range. The opening range 2 minutes, but now it seems to be breaking down.
Hmm.
We see low volume, right? Decreasing volume in Apple now in the pullback, but now it seems to fall a little bit. SPY also moving sideways. SPY did not choose any direction yet. It seemed to be wanting to perhaps break down the pre-market low, moving up again, but now
Yeah,
rejecting. Qs falling below the opening range, so it might be good to see what is holding very strong now compared with the rest of the market. So
I did
I did
not
not
not get
take any
any of the
trades yet.
moves that I like. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Meta was probably the only one that seemed good. I did mention it, but I don't know. Didn't pull the trigger. But this is the only one that really has to move that we like to drop and then come back to retest the VWAP and then short. So that was a great entry there, good risk reward, and you're breaking down through 579 now. So hopefully you guys took that setup. That was pretty good. And it's just the weakness is coming in. Let's see how we could join this party. Where's the best risk to reward? POTR?
SMCI looks weak, but now it's already a bit extended and it could be just
Yeah,
moving with the cues. So I'm not looking to trade SMCI.
yeah. Hood is just highway to hood was nice. Very, very clean. Um,
NVO also made some sell-off, but I don't think there would have been a clear entry. I don't see any trends happening right now. Meta's actually looking weak. Meta's actually looking weak. You see like the
yeah,
first sell
yeah,
pullback.
yeah.
Certain
A-
point it closed below the opening range.
Apple could be good. I think Apple might want to go green here, guys. I'm gonna take a long on Apple. Let's go
There's a
long
nice
Apple.
engulfing candle now.
Let's see if we can get into the green. Stop loss 210, 50-ish, right below the VWAP. I want to be at the VWAP, but slightly below it because things tend to come back and retest the VWAP. Let's see if Apple can do what it tends to do at times, where it just goes, um, does its own thing, right, opposed to what the market is doing. And they're red, so they
Yeah.
got some room to go green.
I
Let's
think there's
see.
definitely signs of strength in Apple, but also I think that pullback was a little bit deep, like 937,
Yeah,
938, 39, a little bit deep of pullback.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely not the cleanest trade, that's for sure. I want Apple at 210. Yeah, me too. I just don't think we're gonna get there. Let's see. Let's see.
Now better
Um,
just printed a squeeze candle. So we saw like the second leg down, slowing down, and now then we formed a
yeah,
squeeze candle. That's not like something I'd like to in Meta to trade short against. So yes, it
Meta.
was a
Let me see.
rejection from pre-market low. So rejecting against the
Mm-hmm.
pre-market low. But the previous candle was like a squeeze candle, right? And I don't like to short against squeeze candles. But still, so they're like also like it's contradictory. You see like strong
Yeah,
signals and weak signals. And I think there are perfect setups where just everything looks strong, everything looks weak.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yep. Yep.
Apple
Anyone take
now.
Tesla long? I don't know. I don't know if anybody took Tesla long. Let's take a look. Um, yeah, that was nice at the market open there. That
It's
was
interesting, right?
nice.
How Apple trade completely different than the rest. Apple was the one gapping down in the pre-market, but intraday it's actually the one moving up the most.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope it can break through the high to the previous day close here. Look at PLTR trying to go Nvidia.
Look at the sell-off on Amazon. This is a nice breakdown in Amazon. Look at three big candles, firm volume. Amazon
That's their
formed a
tariff,
5-minute
their
opening range.
tariff reaction for putting tariffs taxes on their receipt.
Hmm.
They're dropping. Oh man. Yeah, this market's weird. It can go either way here. Um,
Amazon
we
now
got
inside
volume, which is
candle.
good.
Amazon, if there was a setup, I think it was Amazon right now. But still, I'd like to see
Yeah,
a little bit more confirmation of the pullback, right? So we see like a 5-minute opening range breakdown, increase firm candles, room to move on the daily chart to the on the gap. If you see it on the daily chart, uh, and then an inside candle showing potential signs of continuation. However, I want to see like a little bit more confirmation of actually uh, that we want to go down.
yeah. Were you looking
Amazon.
for a reversal or to
No,
join
short,
short?
short, short,
To join
short.
short. Okay, okay. Gotcha,
Go with the
gotcha.
trend.
Okay, okay. Beautiful ABCD pattern Tesla. Let's see if it plays out. Tesla. Yeah, yep. Yep, holding above VWAP is good. PTR struggling just below VWAP. I wouldn't take it short though. I would not take it PTR short. PTR short. Just be careful. Um, Meta trying to hold Microsoft. Microsoft is looking good. Microsoft is looking good. For a potential long. Here's the breakout above the VWAP. You had an engulfing 5 minutes to the downside. Now it's going to engulf to the upside. That is looking very, very nice. So,
It could
but I
catch some
am
buyers.
long. Yeah, I am long Apple. So I'm long Apple here. Just kind of holding on to the 9. Looking for it to break previous day close. Would love this thing above 12. 212 80 if we can.
I like it stronger than the rest. It's clearly intraday it's stronger than the rest of the stocks. That's what I like about it. So there's
Yeah.
definitely some signs of strength.
Yep. Yep. All right. So you guys are in Amazon, Nvidia short, EMA, Z-Car long. Ralph, you went to Z-Car long. Man, you got some guts here. What's your entry? Uh, Hold it at 1360 right now. Let's see. It looks like it's scheduled to open up higher. Just be careful, man. I hope this goes to 20 for you, right? I hope you crush it, but just be very, very careful. All right, Apple long.
What about Tesla? Tesla platform continuation setup. It's not my style here.
It's
But
got
we
a
see
nice
some
ABCD pattern. Someone mentioned this earlier. Got your charts up, yeah.
it's stronger than a Q, stronger than a SPY. So there's the relative strength.
Mm-hmm.
The daily chart just made a new high. Strong candle, right? We see last two candles in Tesla actually increasing in size, increasing in volume, which is a strong sign.
Yep,
Just I
yep,
find this before we see the bears engulfing sandwich with a volume signal. So in the last 5 candles, we definitely see signs of strength in Tesla. But I find that pullback a little bit steep.
yep.
Pullback 37, 38.
Yeah.
No, it's also a pre-market high. It's now likes to stay above pre-market high.
See something here.
But the order flow is also pretty slow, I think. Apple also grinding up. So the question, like, what direction is the market going to take? Market
Yeah,
still,
yep.
SPY still in its opening range. SPY still in its opening range. CVS made almost a V reversal. Big sell-off. But you already see, like in CVS, like the candles, they're slowing down. Right? That's something I would not like to trade the continuation in it. And then it moved up.
Yeah.
I don't see any clean trends, right? Did anybody spot a clean trend somewhere? I
Hood.
see NVIDIA reverse.
But it
Good,
happened
yes.
already. Hood. It already took
Good, yes.
place. It's gone. Man,
That was a nice
what a
one.
good move.
One, two, three,
Uh,
four, five. Yeah. It would have
but
been a good
here's
5 minute ORB
here's
entry.
the moves you're getting now. Here's Microsoft doing this move that I like: breakout, retest, and let's see if this can get going. I don't like how low the volume is, but that is the move I trade every time. So that's what we look for. Let's see if we can get to the high of the day. That could be a good move. But a lot of stocks are doing that. POTR is about to do it now. POTR, same thing. Here it is, breaking through the VWAP. Um, let's see if it can go retest and then head higher. But POTR gives you a hard time doing that. It really does. It's one of the most difficult stocks when it comes to that. Um, then
Yes.
Tesla trying to get going, and then the last one I have here is Apple just hanging out here. But it looks good though. Like if it can continue to hold here, a breakout to the previous day close is possible. We just got to be patient with it. So even with our not so great entry, this can actually end up working out. So
Yeah,
let's wait
SPY
and
might
see.
be choosing direction now. SPY up to the high of the opening range. Same with Qs. So they might be finding direction. But see, Tesla is not really moving up with the last move up in the SPY and Q.
Hmm.
So it doesn't have that momentum. But yes, it looks stronger than the rest.
Oh man,
Just of this one.
look at Zcar. Zcar 1592 halted again.
Oh
Ralph
wow.
Ralph took this long. Ralph is he's
That
buying
was the
crab dinner
boss.
tonight. Crab and steaks tonight for Ralph.
Definitely.
Yes, indeed.
So what are the other tech names doing? We got Google being very choppy. Meta. I did not see any trade in Meta. AMD sell off, big squeeze move up. Right. AMD is pretty interesting stock. Yesterday being
Yeah.
stronger than the rest already. Huge overtaking move. Right. SPY and
Wow.
Qs are not yet above the opening range, but AMD is already trading above the opening range. So AMD intraday is a bit stronger than the rest.
Yep.
AMD,
All
Apple.
right. Wow, friends over on YouTube. I mean, we can't be this bad. I don't think I know we're not great, but we can't be this bad. 212 likes. Come on, guys. Come on. We can do better than that. With 927 people watching, you can help us out. We could do better than that. Or else Lenny's gonna take it personal. Poor guy. He's gonna not gonna come
Yeah.
back again.
It's, it's like I'm trading here with you guys, and then you give me only a few likes. If you like me, please give also
Hit
give
that
me a
thumbs
like,
up,
give
guys.
us a
Really
like.
appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you,
Otherwise I'm getting
guys.
otherwise I'll be
Yeah.
getting fired soon. You don't want to have that on your conscience.
You know. Oh, that's awesome. That is great, man. Poor Lenny. If you see Lenny disappear, he's not back tomorrow. You know what happened. It was the likes were not
Your
there.
fault. It's your fault.
Lenny came on and we couldn't even break 350, so he's gone. Oh no, man, it's all good. You know what? These people come in, they get ready to start going, and they just forget to hit the button. It's nothing personal. Um,
Maybe they
we
just forgot
appreciate you
it,
guys. Yeah, that's all.
They were,
That's all.
they were so observed, in the information.
Oh,
So
exactly. They're
immersion.
doing what they're supposed to do, focusing on what's happening. Look at Nvidia go here. Again, I feel like my move is happening everywhere. I can't take all of them. I really can't. But look at Nvidia. Same thing here. I am still in on Apple, which is just kind of hanging here, not really doing anything. But everything else has kind of broken through the VWAP. PLTR is trying to do that now. Here is our entry on PLTR. Do we take it? Do we trust PLTR here? Um,
PLTR. Let me see PLTR.
yeah, it doesn't look good. So, but this is our move.
Looks, pretty-
Boom,
looks
boom,
pretty
boom.
choppy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's not dabble in that. Um, Nvidia was
Besides,
the other one that actually did the move pretty clean. You didn't get a good pullback, so you could have missed this entry here because the pullback is not that significant. But Nvidia looks like it's going to trade well today, friends. Looks like it's going to trade well. PLT. Oh, PLTR. PLTR. We're back. I'm thinking about going long PLTR, guys. Not yet. I'm thinking about it. It is trading choppy, but I feel like the explosion's just gonna come. We're gonna be up at 121 on this one. Do we have any news at 10? I don't want to get in on anything if we have any news at
Yeah, I
10.
believe it was PMI, PMI, or
At
it was
10?
something, or
Yeah.
S, some other. Wait, let me check.
ISM
There was,
at
yeah,
10?
ISM, I believe, yes.
Okay.
ISM.
We
Yeah,
should be
ISM.
responsible and wait um, before we jump on this one. Apple's holding. We'll keep our stop the same. The moving average is moving higher, so that's good. Our stop is a 210.50-ish. We don't want to go below that.
Meta shows some more weakness, actually. Meta is interesting. You see,
Meta's,
like it,
you was asking what stock was trending. The Meta is trending nicely.
but look on the 5 minute chart. You see two times the rejections against the pre-market low. So basically, we
Yeah.
see like a sell-off, and then we see the rejections, and then we're coming down. So on the 2 minute chart, it shows some weakness. But I just think for an entry now, you put your stop loss above the pre-market low. Like you have a very wide stop loss. Stop loss would be $6. So then you need a $6 move to get to 1 hour. So I don't
Yep.
think,
Yep.
but so it looks weak, but I don't think the risk to reward is there. But Meta is also a big gap to fill still. Right. So now it's moving down. What I found hard about today, there was not really something that was clearly stronger than the rest of the market. Look, markets have opened strong,
Yeah.
but you see like the rejections in minute 3 and minute 4, like they can be setups can be way, way more beautiful. Meta actually now selling off further.
Yeah. Yeah. Meta was a great short, man. Meta was the trade today, friends. And Hood both traded very clean. Good pullback, gave some opportunities. Um, so yeah, no, we'll leave the membership Pac-Man for next week. Yeah, because Andrew's traveling. I mean, he had to like reset 3 times on his machine, right? Because the connection to be able to stream. So he is trading in chat. He's taken a couple of trades already, but yeah, I'm not gonna add to his. He's got a lot going on with the connections and everything. So we're just waiting to his own stable
What about
place
what
back
about
at the
Hood? What about
at the
Hood?
house. So what happened?
Hood could perhaps like be go for another round. I'm not
Uh,
really sure, but
Lower.
it could be.
I don't got a strategy here for Hood, man. To go lower, like, but I would love to see what strategy we'll pick on here. But that's I always ask that, like, okay, if a stock is going lower, how do I join the party after it's away from the VWAP? And usually I don't have any strategy that works well for me. Um,
Yeah, you want to trade close to the VWAP. That makes also a lot of
um,
sense.
VWAP is my friend. Yep, yep,
Let's
yep.
just see. Yeah, what I see in here, you see like of course, the 5 minute opening range, weakness, and then
Mm-hmm.
the sell-off. But already the first leg down, you see it slowing down, which is not the best. Then you see a relative steep move up, which is also showing some signs of slowing down. But then you see like minute 46
Yeah,
engulfing. Okay, sign of weakness. Then we see triple top, and we see again like breakdown 950, also high volume. Then we see the move up, and we see another engulfing. So again, you
yeah,
see like the mixed signals, right? You see this move
yeah,
down a little bit,
yeah,
slowing down, steep pullback, and then we see some engulfing. So you see both strong and weak signals. And I think uh, as long as you wait, you're gonna find the perfect setup where simply everything looks strong or everything looks weak. And that's I think are the best setups.
yeah, yeah. Gotcha, man. Let's see. Let's see where it goes. Apple pulling back. We want to stay above the VWAP here, so let's see where it goes. But things are just, we started off really good on everything, and then now everything's just going sideways. Tesla sideways. PLTR has been a little bit messy. A couple of fake outs on PLTR above the VWAP, so you could see that there. It's been giving people a real hard time. I mean, that just looks messy right now. The 1 and the 5. Nvidia, so. Meta was another really good one, and Microsoft good start, and then just kind of bombed. So it's not the best morning so far, at least for the majority of stocks. Pillar dropping
Ah.
again. Looking at my Apple is still above my stop, so that's good. Z car, here's the dangerous part now. Z car halted
Mm.
to the downside. Careful, guys. This is where it gets ugly. Um, if you make money, run, right? So careful.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah, I will. I'm gonna wait till my stop 1050, to 1050 that is. Wait for the stop, see where it goes. Give it some time. Um, so it's about $1 and change move. So it's not moving like a Tesla. This Tesla here would have been like $3. It's a whole different story. So we'll see. We'll see what it does here at VWAP. 210.50 will jump out of it. My only trade today so far. Nothing else has looked good. So here 210.50 coming up. We'll get our buttons ready. Don't you dare pick me off and then go back up, Apple. I will be pissed if you do that. Not really, I won't be pissed, but that's not nice.
Yeah, I think
Flipping
Apple
out.
definitely had potential to be strong, actually, especially in the 2 minute chart. However, it
Yeah,
just, like you see that pullback at 937, 38, 39. I think I always think like if it's really, really strong, it's not gonna make such a pullback. If it's really strong, you see like an
yeah,
inside, another inside candle moving up further. But that's just my style of trading is really like being a trend trader. So I'm looking for the price action to see extreme strength, extreme weakness at the beginning
yeah,
of the
yeah,
market, and then I jump in. Wood, meanwhile, the low of the day, right? Now we see like a breakdown, still following
Who?
the hood.
Hood? Okay, yeah,
Wood,
yeah, hood, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
You
yeah,
Apple son of a gun. What are
come
you
on, Apple,
doing?
hold.
What are you doing? All right, let's put the safety back on. Let's see if it's actually going to go above VWAP. So we didn't pull the trigger there. So weird. Came right to, and it's probably a reason why it's trying to bounce off of that, because here's where you got a lot of the buyers that probably came in, probably around that area too. So let's see if it's trying to hold here. But it's weird.
Meta breaking down now, low of the day break. Meta, meanwhile, just it goes so slow.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, news. News, friends.
10
I
a.m.
shouldn't be in, I shouldn't be in this trade if news is coming out. I'm gonna get out. Under VWAP, I'm gonna jump out immediately. I should not be in here. Because if this goes south, it can go south very quickly. So let's see. Man, I thought for some reason I thought 10 already had passed, and I completely forgot we had the ISM coming out, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit
I
higher than
thought that
expected.
passed. Um,
They thought ISM was 48.7.7
mhm.
and they expected 48. So it's a little bit higher than expected.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if
Oh,
that's
I hate when I
should
do
cause
that.
this big
Hit the
move.
wrong button. There we go. Yeah. This is not a good candle on Apple, so market is acting up. Market is pushing higher though.
Wait, see another one.
Another headline. What else we got?
Yeah, see, ISM manufacturing employment at 46.5, estimated 45. So that one is higher than expected.
Yeah.
Another one, the manufacturing index at 48.7, estimated 48. New orders. So ISM manufacturing new orders at 47.2 versus expected 45.2. So they're definitely higher than expected. At least these three.
Yeah. Yeah.
But big candles on the SPY. Look at the volatility that came in.
Wow. I'm red this entire month. It's not good. Not good, Lenny.
That's not good, but we can always
This
learn from it,
month
right?
is red, 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 red.
Month just one day, right?
Yeah. So the one day we had a great April mess. Okay.
Yeah. One day.
This month is red. I quit trading.
Yeah.
Yama caught it quick. First day of the month. Yes, first day of the month. Beautiful, month of May.
On Labor Day, right? Day of the Labor today.
Yeah, good start of the month. Yeah, get the bad trades out of the way, right? And then let's get into some good trading. Get them out of the way. Prem, you feel bad for a second? No, no, just kidding. Pig Wrestler, good job not trading, man. It's all month. I meaning all month this month, or you mean like all month last month? Yeah, but it's
Whole month April, no trades. I couldn't
yeah.
find a trade book in April. It would be here. Could
We
actually be
had
good, right? If you get such a perfect trade book that you just wait for that one trade that happens every
yeah.
quarter, but then you make 20R. Could be.
We had a on April. If you guys remember, we traded last year. We had 1 week where we just couldn't find any trades. We didn't trade. We didn't lose a lot of money. We had a couple of L's, but we just couldn't find good trades. Like I kept leaving every day without a trade. Look at this SMCI go. Good call out,
Yeah,
guys.
yes.
Here, getting above this 32.45, which is my level, a daily level, I guess. Yeah, daily level on the charts. Breaking through that nicely. I can't chase it up here, but really, really nice
Yeah.
pop here on SMCI. Um, just today, I figured Pig Wrestler uses meant today, but yeah, we had a
Yeah.
couple of days we didn't find no trace, and then the last 2 weeks it was just like awesome. We had one Monday, we had one red Monday, and the rest have been amazing. So you go through that. You go through a couple of stretches, and it's part of trading. But it's been really good. But today I'm disappointed today because I think today we had everything. We had everything gapping up. We had all the potential to do some really good moves with the earnings and the volatility and the volume, and people are feeling good. And we open up, and this open is just crap. Besides the couple of tickers that were really great. Lenny, you mentioned them. Hood was one of them. What's the other one? Meta was actually really good. Good short. And that's it. I can't think of anything else. That was good.
Yeah,
At
I've
least
seen
for
it
what I will be
more often.
looking to
Someday you can
trade.
have a huge watch list, and then
Yeah.
nothing's really happening. Some you have a small watch list and just like a lot of great setups. I don't know where they can come. I've seen it often.
Yep. Ray Trex, this week has been rough for me. 3 days of losses back to back. Yeah, 3 days is tough. Forgot what winning feels like. Nah, man, you'll be back right to it. Yeah, the longest losing streak for me in April, I was looking at the numbers yesterday, was 4 days. 4 trades, excuse me, 4 trades. And 4 trades, you start thinking like, crap, what the hell? But three happened on Monday, right? So three on Monday, then the next day back on Tuesday, we had a loss here. Um, and then we recover after that. We had a nice green trade. I think Amazon brought us back. But it happens. It happens. And, you know, and the market doesn't give you your losers all sprinkled all over the place so you can feel nice and but and perfect inside. Hits you with like three at once, so gotta make sure your psychology and your mental mindset is ready for that when you get slammed with those three or four in a row. Wow, SMCI is rocking. That's pretty nice.
Essentially, they have a gap to
Yeah.
fill.
Yeah, they're rocking pretty nice here, friends. Look at that. Gap to fill to 36.
Sometimes you can see that, like there's like it's the second days, they can be even sometimes better than the first days, second day after earnings, and sometimes even like a third day. But usually, the if there's a volatility after the first day, it's the second day, and sometimes they could still make a good move, right? When the news is a little bit more digested.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, SMCI looking good, nice breakout to fill the gap. Yeah.
Uh, Angelique, with news coming like this, do you avoid being in a position, or depending your entry, or depend? Yeah, it depends on your entry. So, for example, like I don't like to be in positions when the news comes out. I lost track of the time at 10 o'clock. I would have been out of the position, and which is kind of held it because it actually went in our direction. That's what we noticed. So we see, okay, let's see if it's going to break out. But we still held our stop. 250, we have maybe a little bit of slippage here. But 210.50 was everyone to get out of, right? Because we got in here, we want to give it enough room below the VWAP, never at the VWAP. But yeah, we still got a decent stop even with the news. But yeah, you don't want to be in news because what happens is you can get this same move, to the downside, right? And that's obviously going to put you in a really bad spot. So I try not to stay in a position if news is coming out, if I don't have a good cushion, right? If I have a good cushion, I've taken some partials already. Okay, I'll stay to the news. The news might actually get you, if it goes in your direction, get you pretty good. But yeah, it's it's not good if you don't have a good cushion in your direction to stay through news, right? Um,
Yeah.
so same
Okay,
thing with
so
earnings. You guys saw my earnings trade. Was it last week? What was the longest? We took this long trade. I forgot which one it was, and we got out right before the close. I think it was the GE. Was the GE? Could have been GE, but then they had earnings and it dropped like $2. INTC. Yes, Ben, you remember? Ben is Ben. Yeah, thank you guys. Intel. We held it all day long. Like, do you want to hold through earnings? And like, nah, let's close it. We closed at like minute, 3:59. Earning comes out, big drop, right? So you got to be careful with these things. Like they can really mess you up.
yeah, it's
And
a
get
lot of
out.
volatility comes in.
Yeah, look at this. Apple's down. Apple,
Yeah,
PLTR.
interesting price action. So, are there any stocks that you would like to discuss in the chat room? We
Yeah,
can
let us
walk
know,
through
guys.
them. My watch list, we can run through my watches quickly. So I had Microsoft, but yeah, no trend really happened. Also, like this was not really convincing. So I had no trades today. Uh, my Meta was okay, but like you saw, like slowing down first leg, second leg, slowing down, squeeze candle. So then I don't take it. Nvidia was kind of choppy. We never saw a really nice trend happening. Apple was close, but then there was a bit of a steep pullback. So for me, there were no trades today. Tesla was grinding up the first couple of minutes, but also not really giving a nice entry. Uh, so Hood actually was probably nice. Hood gave a nice 5 minute ORB,
Yeah.
right? Sell off,
Oh yeah. Yep.
rejections, bearish and bullish engulfing sandwich, closing below the yesterday close. Hood was, I think, was okay.
That was nice.
Actually,
Yep.
actually, Hood could still sell off further today. You really see like this, still making lower highs in a consolidation, but at the same time, it also slowed down quite some. So, what do you guys? Are there any stocks that you would like to discuss? Okay,
Check out AMD 5 minute ORB. What do you think about that one?
AMD. So first of all, AMD. My idea was that it was yesterday a bit stronger than the rest of the semiconductors. Okay, in the pre-market there was not really a lot of volume. In the pre-market, it wasn't trading better than Nvidia. Not really interesting. Then the first candle is weak. Second candle is actually quick slowdown, right? So that makes me a little bit not so keen on shorting it because it's slowing down. Then third, fourth candle squeezing all the way back to the open price. It's also not the best, you know. If it's really weak, I think it would stay closer, lower. I mean. Then we see some price action. We see the sell-off, and then we see indeed three very weak candles, also big volume. So actually, yeah, then maybe there could have been like an entry on 941. But yeah, then is the issue again. Then you would trade short, while yesterday it was being stronger than the rest, and AMD had no clear catalyst, right? So you're trading basically against strong price action without a clear catalyst. It's also not my favorite. So in that regard, I see too many mixed signals in AMD to trade it potentially short, right? Second candle slowing down, third, fourth candle squeezing, and then yeah, we would perhaps be shorting it against relative strong price action. Hopefully that answers the question on AMD. And then somebody asked SMCI. So what do you think of
Yeah.
SMCI?
I
I
thought he was
think it's
trying
one.
to. I thought he was trying to put the SMCI into his montage, and it wasn't working. He was in the wrong chat room. Like, dude, are you trying to like, are you trying to go long SMCI and are typing in the wrong chat? Yeah, we'll look at it, man. SMCI, I mean, SMCI
Ah, yeah,
is.
you mean that
I'm
because
like,
he
order
tested a
denied.
couple of times. That's
Order
funny.
denied. What's the yeah? Yeah, go for it, Lane. What do you think
Okay,
about
no
SMCI?
worry, Robin. We're gonna discuss SMCI. No worries.
He's
Yeah,
helping our chat rate with the different messages. But go for it, man.
yeah.
What do you think?
Well, at least he has like determination, and that's good. Right? Determination is a good skill. Yeah. So, yeah, SMCI it's second day play. Yesterday it recovered, so it didn't have a direct catalyst today. Um, and I think it's also like we discussed in the pre-market, right? I think SPI is usually a very difficult trading stock. I would only trade it if it's absolutely perfect. And then what do we see in the SPY and Qs? SPY and Qs, to begin with, we see the Qs really selling off. First 2 minutes, and the Qs were extremely weak, right? It's increasing in size. Second candle also very weak. But SMCI was actually in the second minute holding better than the Qs, right? So that's for me already a signal from, okay, maybe we're not that weak, right? First of all, yesterday we were strong, and then today, actually, the market is selling off deeper than SMCI. You think, okay, there are better setups than it. Then, yes, it comes back, it retests pre-market low, and then, yes, I could imagine if you just would focus on the intraday price action that you would see a setup in it, right? Here also bearish and bullish engulfing sandwich. So based on the intraday price action, I could see this the breakdown setup. But then I think, yeah, if you're looking at like what the Q is doing, uh, who are showing more weakness, and the fact that we saw yesterday actually strength, and the fact that in the pre-market we were holding above the yesterday close, I would not also have liked it for a short, right? I think there's always multiple dimensions in trading, right? We got like the price action, but there's also like other dimensions like volume, price action yesterday. There's the catalyst, there's the relative market strength, right? Other dimensions than just the candles. So in that regard, I would not have liked SMCI. So you had to ask a couple of times for a winner for SMCI, but I hope you got the answer.
And
So
Andrew's like, wow, 400 likes for Lenny. And I'm like, yeah, we had to tell people if it didn't hit the likes, he was going to get fired. So they came through for you.
oh, this, I really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, they came through. They
Appreciate
came
it.
through.
I was so close
Uh,
to getting fired, guys.
it was so close. The phone was ringing. In fact, they sent the email. They pulled it back after you guys got 400. They recalled the email. It was already on its way. Um,
Yeah,
oh, man.
no,
I want to
appreciate it,
trade, but
guys.
it's just I don't see anything that I like. Um, Len, you haven't taken any trades today, right?
No, I didn't
So
take any
far,
trade.
it's just it's messy, man. It's messy. I'm looking at Roblox. What do you guys think for Roblox long here? That is that. You know what? Don't even answer that. That's just a
Look at
poor
this
trade.
just range here,
I'm
right? Just
fishing.
look at the
I'm
price
just
action.
fishing right now. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do here. Hold on a second. I'm gonna give myself the garbage truck. Cause that was just ridiculous. Why would I suggest something like that just to look for a trade? I just give myself the
That's
garbage
a
truck for
funny
that
video.
decision. Oh man,
It's
that
funny.
is.
Roblox actually also gave a warning signal already, right? You see like minute one, two,
Yeah,
three, four, five. In five, you see like gap between candle 4 and 5, right? You see like a gap in the price action. It's like a lack of liquidity. It's not
yeah,
the best
yeah,
what you really want to see, right? And at that point also we reached the previous day close. So yes, we showed weakness there, but then you see like a lack of liquidity and you're shorting into the previous daily range. Especially in earnings, it could be like a moment where the buyers step in again, right? Gaps
yeah,
gapping up, selling off, and therefore, Roblox was no trade, and now we're just like in a very ugly, ugly trading range.
yeah. You know, I think part of it is like we're sitting here, right? And I'm good at this. I could sit here and watch all day and not take a trade. But sometimes you start to like, yeah, do I see this here? No, you don't see nothing there, you know. But you're constantly looking and looking and looking, and sometimes you see like if there's something there, and you know, there's really not. So, as a new trader, that happens even more often than not. So again, the more we're doing this together, guys, here, watching the screens, learning from each other, talking things out, it's gonna help you drastically, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's important. It's important. Time and see.
Some somebody asked for Uber. Uber, I think it's a very, very interesting stock, interesting price action, right? So long run, Uber is really the question: who's gonna take the taxi world, right? The autonomous taxi world, and really got like two different camps, right? One camp is like Tesla gonna take everything, but on the other hand, Uber is making a lot of partnerships with Waymo, but now also with Volkswagen, also with many other robotic autonomous vehicles. They're all the time making spreading their wings, right? And meanwhile, you saw like in the tariff war, you saw actually, especially like halfway April, Uber was already holding very, very well compared with the rest. And very sneaky, and I'm also invested in Uber. Sneakily, we're also like grinding up to the all-time high in Uber that got printed in October last year. But that's basic. You can see it here, so you can see it here on the weekly chart, right? We're creeping up to the previous all-time high. So Uber definitely shows strength, and actually Uber could have been today in play if the news was true about this CEO and Tesla, because I think that's like the storyline now, right? It's gonna be Tesla or gonna be Uber. But Uber intraday, look at this is just choppy price action. Look at it, a lot of overlap, moving up, moving down, moving up, moving down. Here's something of a trend seemed to have happened, but I think always right. The best like I'd always like to say, what is the best predictor for future behavior? It's past behavior, right? So if we in the past we see in especially current behavior, if we see all the time choppy price action and then we see a breakout, for me that's I still predicting more choppy price action.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's about Uber. I don't see any trade in Uber for my style at least. But
We're
it
getting
is
some
an
kind of
interesting.
a movement here on Apple, man. Apple's moving above the VWAP. So let's see. I don't see anything else doing right now, but look at Apple moving nicely above the VWAP. So I do like this. Maybe it's an opportunity here if we can get our move. Our move is to break out, which is happening now. So that's the breakout candle we're getting there. We want to see a retest and then hopefully go long here. So I'll take that trade. Looks very very nice at the moment.
And what
Apple got hit
stock?
with Apple.
Apple. All
Apple,
right.
yeah. PTR. What's PTR doing? PTR let us down today. I was looking for a breakout, but it didn't look good, long or short. So it was a tough one.
Very
Um,
choppy, right? Look at the first 10 minutes. It's just like a lot of overlap, buying from the
yeah,
bottom, selling from the top, right? No relative market weakness.
we struggled.
So
We struggled. Um, oh, see, that's not good the way Apple's doing it. So no, it's not. It's not making the move. It did the breakout, but it's not really doing the move that we want to see here on Apple. So Tesla, not sorry, Tesla. So tariff news today. Who mentioned that? Was the came out of the White House? I haven't looked at
yeah,
the headline
Besson
yet.
said it. Besson announced
Betson? Okay. Yep.
Besson that they're gonna be like tariff news announcement at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, we also got Apple and Amazon, so it could be fireworks. I'm really looking forward to trade Apple and Amazon post market earnings.
Yep.
By the way, really,
PLTR
Wood is really
trading
ranging
above.
now. Re-
Yeah,
Price
yeah.
is
After
really
that
contracting.
drop. Yep.
Price is
And
really
it doesn't look
contracting
like
now.
it wants to bounce though. It looks like it's rangy, but it looks like it just there's no strength here. I mean, eventually, buyers can come in, but it doesn't look like a reversal at this time. So be careful on that one. SMCI, I know you guys like that one, doing some stuff here. Roblox still bad. Glad I didn't get into that crap. Um, Apple's
Spy
got potential,
meanwhile,
guys. I think Apple's here's the move back up now on Apple.
Spy also moving back to the all-time high now. Oh, sorry, all-time high. Or
Hmm.
Spy intraday high. So Spy also creeping up slowly. So you're looking at Apple, right? So you
Yeah, but it's like it's trying to get the move going, but then it's struggling. Like I don't, the volume is not there.
it's just so slow, right? Look at the order flow. Tick, tack,
Yeah,
tick,
like
tack.
here's the move. All right, let's see.
Yeah. Me, I like to really trade the morning volatility, the first 30, first 45 minutes. Sometimes there's still great setups
Yeah,
later.
it gets look crappy now. I do like Apple for a long here, guys. I'm gonna try it. Go long Apple here.
Let's
I
go, let's
do
go.
do
Apple.
like the setup. Let's see if we can get it going. Um,
Let's go.
let's see. Let's see if we can get Apple. Not the cleanest move, right? You guys know my move by now. This, the reset, and the bounce. Not the cleanest because the volume is not there. But let's see if we get something going here today.
Yes. So I see some questions. Meta, what is Meta doing? Meanwhile, I think Meta bounced. Yes, Meta bounced a little bit. Uh, I think everything else is
PLTR.
moving up a little bit slowly. Qs. So PLTR indeed.
Yeah, PLTR is doing it. Thank you guys for calling it out. Oh yeah, PLTR, man. That's nice. And you could that move that we're talking about, guys, is breakout, and you could do that too on any significant level. You could find it. I usually like it off the VR, but you could find that move in so many places, right? So, um, I like PLTR, but today was a little bit rough at the market open. I have to say, um, was not ideal. Let's
Yeah, no, but the thing is like beautiful trends were kind of lacking, Like there's days where beautiful trends are starting directly from the beginning, but today there was not such a day, right? And you already saw like the lack of conviction in the first 5 minutes. There was
yeah,
no stock that
yeah.
really showed everything strong or everything weak. even Hood was okay, but still there was also so like this big squeeze candle in the third candle in Hood, right? If it's yeah, I mean, the setup price action is never perfect, right? It's never perfect, but sometimes it's getting at least closer to the really beautiful price action. But today it wasn't there.
Yeah.
So Apple moving up, right? Nice
Yeah,
one.
Apple's going, man. Let's see. Let's see if we can get the momentum here. Let's see if we can do that. SPY at the high of the day. Very nice. Very nice. That can help stocks go higher.
Oh, SPY looks so strong on the daily chart, right? Look at this price action on the daily chart. Last week, for the strong days in a row, Monday we pulled
Yeah.
up, closing above that. So closing above Friday, while the pullback getting bought up. Tuesday, we're engulfing candle, closing above that candle, and then yesterday we saw like almost like an engulfing candle. So really, last 7 days so strong, and then the news came out, and today again, SPY making new highs. This is strong price action. And also, of course, fundamentally wise, things are looking better.
Yeah. Yep. It's
There
good.
are
Let's see.
slowing down.
Apple, we're 40 cents in the green. Let's see if it can give us high of the day. That's stretching it, but let's see. Let's see if we can get going. If it's going to be that strong as possible. This probably will be my last trade of the day. After this, I got to get to the airport. I don't want to be managing trades on my way down there. So let's get this. Let's get this in here, and hopefully we'll be 50-50 for the month. Huh? What kind of win? I love that win rate. 50-50.
Will be nice start of the day. Yes, it's creeping up. I think there's only one way. Seems to be the last couple of days. Only way is up.
Yeah, right. If we can get to a couple of market open things, the only way is up.
Only way is up.
So yes, indeed. I tell you, man, there's this market just wants to go high. Like the minute we get any good news, there's no reason why money's just not gonna start flooding back into this market. Like it's just insane, you know. And when I say
Yeah.
good news, I'm talking about it's all that people care about is tariff. They don't care about nothing else. As long as its tariffs go away with China, these stocks are just gonna just shoot up, right? Because that's the only thing holding everything down right now is tariffs. Um, as far as the overall market, obviously some stocks are doing poorly and they're gonna, see it there differently. But for the most part, this market wants to see tariffs go away, China and U.S. playing somewhat nice in the sandbox, and yeah,
Yeah, and there was of course like the motor of technology, right? AI. How is it? Are like the investments continuing? And but
yeah,
that seems to be also going well. So the rhetoric on the tariffs is getting less aggressive. The AI seems to be continuing. For so far, doesn't seem to be a bubble. Companies are getting their ROI so far from AI. So yeah, I think
yeah. I don't know about the AI. I think the AI hype is real. What I think is some certain stocks went too far, like Tesla, like Nvidia. Right? I think some stocks went way too far as evaluation, right? And that's not good. But the AI is happening, man. If it was a bubble, it would have been done a long time ago, like the NFTs. Is NFT still a thing? People are still buying
oh, I
monkey
think
eating
that
bananas
I think
for
that
like million
that
dollars.
that plummeted. That part plummeted. Just like there's
It's
also like a
done.
wow, where people like buying like digital
It's just
land, right? People
ridiculous.
were,
Yeah.
people were like
Digital lamps
digital
and
houses, etc. You know, that also plummeted. I think
um.
it
So
was
I
really
think AI's. We've
wow.
been trading AI for what at least 2 years now,
Yeah,
right?
1 year now,
So
for sure, 2 years, yes.
um, and then it was inflation. Inflation obviously was a big deal. It still is, but that was all the headlines. If you guys remember, if you think about headlines, it went from AI to then inflation, and then we're now all it's about tariff. Every time I wake up in the morning, there's three news alerts all about tariff, right? So that's what the market's waiting for. It might not be, I'm not saying AI is not important, but That's what the market is waiting for, man. They want to see these tariffs go away. But I do agree with you, Ben. We started dropping way before that. But sometimes the reasoning doesn't make sense, right? And we don't care about it. We just
There
care
was the
that
there was the
it
deep
creates
sea thing as well.
volatility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also the
Yeah.
deep
Yeah.
sea thing that caused some
Yep.
first uncertainty.
Yeah. But that should only affect it should only affect Nvidia. Figure out how to make the price cheaper. Like the DeepSeek stuff, that's individual companies tech only. Figure out how to make stuff cheaper. This tariff affects everybody, not just tech. You affect airlines, you affect this, it goes across the board now.
Yes.
I was talking to somebody yesterday. They were like, "Oh yeah, but this company's American. It doesn't matter. If your budget is tight because you have to pay more on something else, you're not gonna buy that product anymore, right?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Like yeah, so it's not about it only. It's gonna affect companies that are importing. You squeeze people's wallets. They're not gonna spend even on American product, right? So it's just damaging across the board.
Yeah. It's also like you got like something called the wealth effect. If everything going down,
Yeah,
people just start the market going down, people start to spend less money. But like if
yeah,
everything going up, people just spend more money.
yeah.
So that's also something sort of a lot of different variables coming together.
All right, 10:30 coming up. I don't have a lot of time left, so I want to take some partials here. Mm-mm-mm.
It was a nice move in Apple. Actually,
Yeah,
now,
it turned out pretty
yeah,
good. Again, we our move here, what we usually look for. But when we get the continuation on this, is nice, and we are up almost $1 on this thing. So that is really good if we can get to that 212.
yes, yes, yes.
But I won't be greedy. We're gonna take a partial here. I'm gonna take 20% because I'm not gonna be long. So 20% partial here. Let's see if we can continue this to previous day close would be awesome, guys, if we can get that. And Nvidia just needs new product to sell like Tesla. Like, yeah, yeah.
Issue is,
I agree.
it's technology, right? Technology can be
Yeah,
disrupted pretty quickly, right? Now, Nvidia has like the monopoly on like good chips, and of course, chips are very difficult to develop good chips. But it's like technology can be very disruptive, and it could change very quickly. I think that's a risk with Nvidia.
yeah, yep.
Also, like
Um,
these big companies, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, they're all also developing their own chips, right? For their own AI need. So that could
yeah,
also, at a certain point, become a danger for Nvidia.
yeah. New product is important, man. You gotta have new products. Um,
The core we've just being choppy, right? We discussed it extensively in the pre-market. That's the issue with these lower liquidity names. They often just trade very choppy.
yeah.
Look at core weave, CRWV.
Thanks, Andrea. Yeah, this worked out pretty good here. So we took our first partial. Um, look at Tesla go. Andrew is crushing TSLL right now.
Oh, look at Tesla indeed. Holy,
Crushing.
what
That's
happened
because
there?
you're talking about it, Lenny. You're talking about what Tesla needs to do, and there's just wow
Oh, yes.
to the moon. Keith, you could definitely. I have the 5 minute ORB strategy very well documented in our education center. So I have a webinar, hour plus long, a lot of examples. I've been taking a lot of screenshots of my trades over the last month or so. So very detailed screenshots because I want to do a new webinar and revise that one. But in our education center, you can find it. I don't have this one actually, which we've been trading a lot lately. This VWAP breakout, I don't have that, but I think Andrew and some other moderators have this strategy. I learned that strategy from Andrew, so I think he has it documented in our webinars page, right? But I've been taking a lot of screenshots of this, and a lot of video too. I've been recording, so it'll take me a while, but I'll put something together on this VWAP breakouts. Yeah.
Nice. Looking forward to see it.
Yeah, man. Just gotta make sure I get to it. I get busy so fast. Like, oh yeah, I go through some stretches. Like, oh, I have some time. Oh yeah, let's do this. Let's do these videos. And then just the kids get busy, and it's just like, okay, that's gonna get pushed back a little bit. So just gotta do it. Yeah. But I've been really consistent with the screenshots and the comments and recording some of the strategies live. So, because people sometimes need to see the price action live, it's hard to kind of show somebody on that chart. It's possible, but when they could see the actual price action, it's interesting. So being here helps a lot too, guys, because I don't trade as much, but it's the same trading every time. So as we're here hanging out, you'll see some of that as well.
Yes.
All right,
Very
excellent.
nice. So what is Tesla doing? Tesla now pulling back a little bit, just made a new low compared with the previous
Yeah,
candle. SPY also
yeah.
pulling back a little
What was
bit.
the news on Tesla, guys? Do we see anything besides Lenny? You talking about it and
I
pumping
wasn't
the
even
stock?
speaking about it. You were speaking about what they should do with their business. I think they were listening to you.
Oh man, this
I
is
think they should
nice.
hire you as the new CEO.
No, man, you can't hire nobody besides Elon. Keep Elon there. Don't even. But somebody says that was probably some fake news. It had to be. Like I can't see them doing that. That's the worst thing they could do is try to get rid of Elon. You know, he's the face. He's the face. He's the name.
Look at actually Tesla now perhaps making
That's what
a
I'm
pull,
seeing. Yeah,
bottoming, perhaps a continuation setup,
it's like he wants to
right?
go higher.
It's also like at the previous high of the day. It's tempting me in taking still a trade now today, that late on the day. Hmm.
Yeah.
Really gonna trade it long?
Which one?
Tesla.
Tesla. Yep.
Tesla would actually look pretty good,
Nice, man. Hopefully delivers for you here.
stronger than the rest. I doubt it a little bit too long. I guess I should have bought like if I was into was at the close of the previous candle, but I don't know, so
Yep.
late on the day. But the setup looks pretty beautiful, right? Increasing size from the candles on the way up, increasing volume, pullback, decreasing size from the candles on the way down, triple bottom, reverse head and shoulders at the previous high of
Yeah.
today. That was actually a beauty of a setup, also stronger than the rest of the market.
Oh, so Dan, so they released the news that Elon, they're not looking to replace Elon, and now the news is Tesla is continuing as CEO. So they created their own bullish move. Oh man, that's crazy, crazy. I could see a company doing that. Fake news.
They should have hired you.
Yeah, right.
Still think it would be a good idea. Yeah, interesting.
Let's see here, friends. I'm still in Apple. Took one partial at 211 here. Um, 70s. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher. Trying to break 211.70 now.
The question, do we trade ETFs? Do you trade ETFs, Carlos?
I have traded some ETFs. I normally don't. Um, but I have traded ETFs before in the past. I traded SPY. I have traded the Qs. I haven't traded the Qs in a long, long time. The SPY I did probably beginning of the year, but it's
Yeah.
been a while.
Yeah. So I'm a
What
European.
ETFs you trade, Ben?
I cannot
What
even trade
ETFs?
ETFs as a European with the need ban.
Oh yeah, I heard about that restriction, but there's got to be a way around that. Like, how can you not trade the SPY? It doesn't make any sense. It's such a,
But the but
it's
the
not a
The
risky.
European spies, the European
Yeah.
spies, the like European variants of the spy.
Uh,
But
yeah, it's got to be a way to do that, I would think. Um, all right, Apple's about to treat us really nice here.
nice,
Let's see.
continuing its move. It's
All right.
continuing its move. Q is also breaking out.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take a partial because sometimes you could get caught into this game of like, oh, let me try to make more money because I had a loss. You don't want to do that. This loss here has nothing to do with your trading now. So if you took at this, sometimes you get into that like, oh, I want to, you know, cover this plus then some. Don't do that. Just focus on here's your trade, here's the process. So easily to get caught into that. Every trade is individual. This trade does not matter at all, one bit. In your decision processing here, trade your plan. I would love for this to go high so I can cover this and then end the day very, very green. No, don't do that. Follow the plan. Take your parcels where you need to, and then tomorrow you have another nice green trade like this one, and so forth and so forth. And then the more green trades you have, that's how you end up, covering the losers, right? So, because I've done that before, we're like, oh, let me get a little more, and then next I come back down to break even or even out of red trade, right? Because I was greedy. So don't be greedy. Trade the plan. Very important. Keith, I used to watch the NBA a lot, man. I used to love the NBA back in the Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen days. After Michael Jordan left, I couldn't get back. I didn't get back into it, man. I didn't get back into it. It's just something definitely changed. I watched Kobe a little bit, but it was not like Michael Jordan. It was different, man. It was a different animal back then. Patrick Ewing and all those guys, it's just not the same. Now the NBA is still fun. The Blazers, yeah, I mean, just the NBA is still fun, but there's not that I don't know. There's not that I'm gonna sit down and watch the whole entire game. But yeah, we grew up on basketball because I grew up in New York City. So in New York City, it's not a lot of baseball fields. It's all basketball, right? It's very, very tight, concrete jungle. So it's a lot of basketballs, parks everywhere. So it's a lot of basketball in gyms, a lot of basketballs in school. That's what we did. So yeah, my favorite sport to play is definitely basketball, 100%.
Do you like football? Do you like to watch football, see football?
I do, but I never, as a kid, I never really watched it, right? So I never really got into it. I got into it later as an adult. Got into football. Started learning the rules. Like, oh, this is actually pretty fun. I went to a game and I was like, this is wild. I mean, their live games are insane here in Giant
Yeah,
Stadium. It's just brutal.
sure.
I'm like, I don't know if I could bring my kid over here. You guys are animals. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yesterday was no football as yeah, soccer, no football. Football as in yeah, with the foot.
Like actual soccer? No, I don't watch it. I don't watch it.
I mean, you were speaking about American football. You were speaking about soccer, Carlos.
No, I was talking about American football. If you say football to me, we're talking about like
The
football, New York Giants. Say
no
soccer, then
football.
soccer
No,
is
no.
is with the feet. Am
That's
I
the
wrong?
that's
Am
the
I
Europe
wrong? That's
that's that European United States
uh,
competition, right? Where like they say in Europe that United
yeah.
States they hijack the name of
We
football
hijacked the name.
to American football, right?
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
makes
no,
sense. It makes
I
sense
meant
the other
soccer.
way. It makes sense the other way, like football, but we're half the time we're throwing the ball. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. That's why,
should
you
be
know,
throw
like
ball. Should be throw ball or something. Like here, listen. Names in the U.S. Just I don't know who creates these things, right? Like what was the other one? People tell me like you park on a driveway and you drive on the parkway. Who makes this
yeah,
stuff up? I don't know. Who makes this stuff up, man? I don't know.
yeah, it's a
Uh,
good question. Just there was an epic match in soccer or football, you know, like Inter against Barcelona. I think some of you guys who've seen it, it's really, really
yeah.
beautiful goals. But yeah, it's price action showing its strength. SPY at the
Yeah.
high of the day, continuing moving up.
Stock the rock. Did I say New York Giants? Yes, I did. But you know what? I became a Giants fan. I'm not really like a deep Giants fan where I know all the players now. I started going to the Giants game where Elon Manning was there and they won two Super Bowls. So I was like, okay, this is the best thing ever. It's my favorite team. You know, I started watching at a very convenient time. So I still got the taste of those two championships against one of the best teams in the franchise history. So um, I could die a happy man. But yeah, Giants are so bad. Oh my goodness, they're so bad. T-Man, yeah, it's funny, man. Some of the wording, park in the driveway and you drive in the parkway. Ooh, look, you saw that Apple like drop and pop? What's that? What are we doing, Apple? What time is it? 10:42.
I still think Tesla could still be an entry potentially. Nah.
These
mm,
we're going insane right here, guys. I think Apple's going to be the best winning trade of the month. Is Apple. What's the net bar gaze George Washington bid on the Saturday Night Live skit? Hilarious. I'll check it out. Yeah, I missed the first one. Yeah, I missed the first one. 'Cause we were talking about soccer and football and parkways and highways, and I missed the first one. The second one I did watch when it appeared here. Oh, let's go, Apple. I'm gonna take another parcel here, guys. Whoa, did you guys see that?
yeah,
I
big
think I
big spike,
recorded that. Man,
big spike in
I thought I was
volatility.
gonna get filled really bad, but thankfully I got filled really good. I thought I was gonna get filled at 211.60.
Oh,
Um, what is going on?
what a volatility spike.
I'm gonna take another partial, guys. We're not letting this go back anywhere else but into our pockets. So another partial here. Let's just play safe, um, because I don't know what the deal is with this year. Are the sellers getting out? Are they scared that we're about to go green and maybe pop up? Could be. So we're getting some kind of weird action, but we're not gonna gamble with our money. We're gonna take some partials here in case it's changing direction here. At the previous day close to right below it, we could see a little bit of hesitation as well. So again, another 211.60 candle. What is the deal? Look at that. It's just very weird. So, what time is my flight? I gotta check here. I gotta check in. United.
So tomorrow you'll be trading from another location, right?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Yeah, we're gonna trade for from Florida. I'll be in Florida for the weekend. I come back Monday night. I'm gonna try to get here before the onboarding class. But yeah. But so with
Okay.
me, and you we'll connect the same way you did now with your screen. Um, it's not gonna affect you because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remote into my machine here from my laptop, so your connection will be great. My connection might be a little funky, but I'm glad we tested it today. I mean, your screen looks great, looks good.
Good.
So we'll be good to go. I'll let you lead tomorrow. I'll support you. I'll be the Peter tomorrow. I want to be Peter for one day. You be Carlos. I'll be Peter.
I always want to be a Carlos.
Let's do it. Let's switch it up a little bit. I'll play the background, the backup role. I like that. But yeah, let's see. I think connection should be good. I think it should work. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna get some sun down in Sunshine State, Florida. Should be a lot of fun.
Nice one. Enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks, man. Just me and the brothers. The kids and the wives are staying, so should be uh should be
Really,
good.
traveling with the
Yeah,
brothers. That's
yeah. I
cool.
got two younger brothers. So one of them lives down there in Florida, so we're gonna go hang out with him.
So what the plan? How long are you gonna stay there? And like, do you
Um,
guys have nice plans to do or?
oh yeah, yeah. He lives by West Palm Beach, man. It is beautiful down there. There's so much to do. We'll probably rent a boat for a couple of days and do some stuff there. But it's so much to do. Restaurant, the food is great. It's not like your Miami where everything's all hyped up, but it's still really really nice. Um, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Beautiful. Very, very
Thanks,
nice.
Mr. Manu. But we'll be here. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll be trading. Um, I want to get out of this trade so I can go, but because I don't want to be paying attention on my phone. Oh, see, Apple's listening to me.
Apple
We're such a
red
good friend.
red to green move. Red to green move
Yeah.
for Apple today. The last big tech stock now also in the green for today.
Oh, another partial here, guys. Beautiful. Go to Elizabeth in Palm Beach. Okay. See, I'm gonna take a picture of that because I might not remember it, but if I know I have the picture, I can look at it. So I'll take a picture of that. So check out Elizabeth in Palm Beach. Beautiful. Oh, Elisabetas. Okay. I sure will, Blake. Thanks for the suggestion, man. I appreciate it. Definitely will check it out. All right, let's see.
I think tomorrow there could be a lot of stocks in play as well, with all the earnings later today. Could become interesting. So are there any questions? By the way, this afternoon there's another webinar from me for Trading Terminal, 5 p.m. It's open for everyone, 5 p.m. EST market time. Just join in
Nice.
the webinar room on tradingterminal.com, or you can follow me on X or Twitter, and there I also will post a direct link to the webinar room. So my Twitter is Trading W Lenny. And then so this afternoon, 5 p.m. open webinar for everyone. We're going to discuss how to trade in the pre-market, how to trade in the first 30 minutes when there's a clear morning volatility.
Love it, man. All right, Apple delivering for us today. Carlos, was that a VWAP breakout for Meta? Let's take a look. Meta, yes. Not the cleanest setup that I would take, right? But you do have a great candle here, though. Like, this is a beautiful candle. You have this one comes right up to it. Doesn't really punch through the VWAP. But when this one opens up, it turns red and then it starts pushing higher. That's a good sign to get in, right? Maybe not right in this candle. You know me, I like to wait for this confirmation candle. And the next one opens up. Are you going to go strong? The minute I see green there, that's when I'm going long, right? Because it tells me, okay, we're not just going to start going down and selling off here like a rejection. Sometimes you don't get the best entry because you wait for the extra confirmation. But usually, from my experience, you get the best opportunity to not stop out, right? So same thing happened here. The push through candle, right? The breakthrough candle, the pullback. This candle was not really, there was not great. So we hesitated on this one. But when this one started moving higher, kind of like the confirmation, we are staying above VWAP. You want to wait for it to get green and then boom, you jump in here, right? Again, not going to get the best entry, but the likelihood of it breaking out is going to hopefully invite other buyers to join your party, right? And there you go. This worked out pretty nice. And Apple is just, wow, Apple's trying to, we might have to upgrade our seat to first class after this monthly trade. Lenny, what do you think?
Yeah, perfect.
I have to call
Definitely.
United, say, put me in the first class next to the big bosses up there.
Or maybe you should
It's
just straight away
awesome.
retire, just stay in Miami,
Traders
retire.
never retire, man. We love this stuff too much. You just reduce risk. You just reduce risk into a point that it doesn't really affect your more, but you don't retire, man. I see traders trading all the way into their Brian, their 70s. Still trading. He doesn't need to trade. Brian is good. Like I seen Brian. I met Brian in Vancouver off the strip here, and the cars he drives and the way his lifestyle is. He's good, but he does this because he loves it. He doesn't need to do these weekly videos on his swing trading, or write a book. You know how much it takes to write a book, how much work. He loves this stuff, man. Yeah, Brian takes care of himself. He does his yoga. He does his, I don't know if he does yoga, but he does his gym. Like, he's very healthy. He takes care of himself. So he looks good for 70, man. Looks good.
No, I think trading is also something to do it's like a passion, I think don't think
Yeah,
if
it is.
I think if you don't enjoy it, then it's not gonna work. You
Yeah,
really need
yeah.
to
Could
enjoy
be
it, and if
painful.
yes,
Yeah, could be painful. Um,
and it's also thing like the more better you get in it, the more fun it becomes. So then you'll
yeah.
definitely stick with it. You don't need to retire from it.
Alexander says Brian is awesome. Yeah, he really is, man. Great guy to hang out with. Rogelio says, Buys, I'm going to the movies with my girl. What movie are you watching? You can't just tell us you're going to go to the movies with your girl. Or unless you said that because you're going to watch some girl flick, right? You're going to watch, that's like, hey, I'm going with my girl, just to let you know. What movie you watching, man? We're going to be all in your business now. We want to know. We want to know, Mr. Hernandez, what
But the
movie are you
movies are so bad
watching?
nowadays, The movies are so bad nowadays.
Well,
It's not even
yeah,
doesn't even matter
there's
which one you say.
the standards gotta, you gotta lower your standards if you like. If you like, I like movies, but I know I have to lower my standards to kind of still enjoy the movie. Because if you compare it to the stuff that you see in the past, it's you're right, Lenny. It's like, what is this crap, right? They're an hour extra long. There's like no movie that's an hour and a half anymore, and it's like this is not great, right? So
It's not good.
yeah,
It's not good. But I think it's also because of so many changes happening. You got like the Netflix who got it. Also, I think a lot of the copying, and the downloading, even though it has been all going on for a very long time, I think that also hurted like the movie industry a
yep,
lot. And I think it's
yep,
just been really sad because a good movie is like a piece of art.
yeah,
But I think I need to go now because I got in 8 minutes. I got the mentorship session and I need
yeah.
to
Go for it, Lenny. Go
prepare
for
a
it. I'm
little
gonna wait
bit.
for our good buddy Paris to come on in here. But yeah, man, thanks for joining me today. Well, I'll see you again tomorrow.
So
So,
yeah, Tesla was actually the I think the closest thing that came to an entry was Tesla, right? After that
mm-hmm.
move up and the pullback. If you look at it, that also in the end
Yep,
made the move. So I hope somebody was able to catch Tesla.
yep.
But yeah, okay. See you tomorrow again. See you guys also
All
all
right, man.
tomorrow
Wish
again.
wish me luck on my connection tomorrow.
Yes,
We'll
yes.
see. All right, man. See you
Right.
later.
Bye bye.
Um, how many shares did you take on Apple? Uh, Decent size, man. It's a good trade. Decent size. Uh, that's what you're asking because you've seen all the partials, right? Not Andrew size. Nowhere near Andrew size. And even Paris. Paris trades pretty big to an Avi. I take a modest size. I take a modest size. Uh, let's see here. What do we got? All right, I'm very happy with this trade. Paris should be coming up next year, friends. So once he comes on, we'll switch over to him. Looking forward to see how he traded. He did great yesterday. Carlos, how much did you start off trading with? I started dollar wise 40,000. I started 40,000 back in 2017. So yeah, I don't mind sharing that. 40,000 bucks. And I remember the first week, first week I lost 700. I was like, what just happened? How did $700 disappear from my account? I gotta stop what I'm doing. So, um, yeah, but I started with $40,000. And again, my start was a little bit rough because again, my personality, very optimistic. We're gonna make it work. Let's just push. Let's get this done. Do whatever it takes. That doesn't work in day trading or trading. That doesn't work. You gotta really come in. Um, not that that wasn't humble, but you gotta come in knowing that, hey, you know, this is a whole different ball game. You gotta take it easy. You gotta take your time. You can't just throw time and hours at this. It's and expect a result right away. It's very different, very different. So your personality, the way you are, can sometimes affect you as far as a trader. So you got to be aware of that. That was my thing. Optimistic, man. Um, Averaging down. Oh, it's coming. Oh, it's got to come back up. Throw more money at it. So you got to be really careful with those type of things. They work great, like I mentioned before. In your personal life, these things are going to work amazing. In your trading life, they're not going to work. Right? They're going to. They can destroy you very very quickly. So um, that was me. 2017, man. I've been trading 2017 in sim. I've been trading in 2018 in live. Have not always been good at it. Um, but yeah, it's the screen time on the 5 minute RB. It's been a while, and also this VWAP breakouts, and also waiting 3 minutes. Like the screen time, I wish I had like a timestamp of how much time we have spent on this screen. Right? It's some hours, man. Some hours, some hours. So um started 20 I went live 2018. So went live 2018. So can only imagine what the screen time is. um uh yeah, Pretty Bird, yeah, it's okay, man. Listen, we learned from it. Like it was not, to your benefit, Pretty Bird, the Apple retest at the VWAP, it was not the cleanest. Like this candle really threw a wrench in it. So I don't blame you. Let me show you the 1 minute. I don't blame you for not jumping in on here. Because I almost didn't either until I saw this one, right? So it was not the cleanest retest. We've seen very, very clean retest, other than this one here. So, yeah, don't uh, don't blame me there. Callie, good morning, man. Good to see you. Welcome. No, 40,000, 40,000. 40,000 was what I started with. It's hard to start with $4,000 and get your account up to, above six figures. That's very difficult to day trade. It's possible, yes, but that's difficult, man. Um, so it's challenging to do that. So I don't risk buying power. The buying power could vary, Michael, per trade. I don't use buying power. I use number of shares is what I use. I hear somebody. Oh, good buddy Brian. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry. We kind of was Andrew was trading
Ah, it's all good.
from his hotel room. Seemed to have
Uh,
better email or connection, and next thing you
nice.
know, it was 8 o'clock. So
Yeah. No, all good,
or
man.
11 o'clock.
I was watching some of the trades. Tesla. You guys, you jump in on that one too on Tesla?
Yeah, Tesla's been
Nice.
Tesla looks like it's going to 290 here. It's
Yeah.
trying to get
Yeah.
through.
Awesome.
So
I
yeah, there we
saw his
go.
trade, man. It's really good. Is he gonna join you here? Is he coming over, or he's gonna try to connect, or
No,
he's done for the night?
it's really late there, and
Yeah.
I think it's like 10:30 or 11 at night. So I think he's going to be calling it quits. It's 11 at night there. I think he's tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, how was your guys' day? How did everything do?
Good. Good. One trade. Oh, let me send the screen over to our chat room. I did send the sound, but let me send the screen. I did trade Apple. Let's see over here. So Apple, one red trade on Apple
Yeah,
and one
Apple
green trade.
was
I'm still in that one now. This one is doing well, doing really, really well.
yeah, Apple did a real significant pullback, but then turned around it kind of randomly and rallied. So nice move up on that rally.
Yeah,
Tesla is really having trouble getting through this 290 level. There's
yeah,
definitely a big institutional seller there. Somebody's selling there anyway, because the we keep hitting the ask, and it's not really moving up here. So
Oh wait, I
anyway,
think is
we'll see where it goes.
I connected to the chat, but I think is Thor coming on the chat? I think he is
I think
11.
he is. Yeah.
Okay, so let me wait for him to give me the thumbs up, and I'll
All right.
disconnect from the chat.
I'm gonna drop off here. Hope everyone had a good day. We'll talk to y'all soon. Cheers.
All right, Brian, take care, man. Have a good one. Um, all right, so looks like Thor is ready to go. Yeah, it is 11. All right, so for the chat room, hi and bye. I just came to say hello, and I'm disconnecting. We're losing all sorts of time here. So later, chat. Thor's gonna be on with you in a second, and we'll continue here on YouTube. YouTube Paris is coming on now, and I gotta get to this flight. I don't want to miss my flight. It's at 2. Um, Paris is on here. Okay, I'm connecting to him. Very good. Hey, brother, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you, fellas?
Good, man. Good. Can't complain. Good day.
How was
Good
the day?
day. Good, man. I had a one stop on Apple, then a really nice move now. But I'm gonna take everything off here because I gotta. If I don't log off here, I'm gonna miss my flight, man. So
Oh,
I'm
where you
gonna.
going?
I'm going to Florida. I'm gonna go Florida, West Palm Beach for a
Very
couple of
nice. For
days.
vacation?
Yeah. Well, I'm on
Awesome.
vacation, but hanging out with the boys. So yeah, I'll call it a vacation.
Very
But
nice.
yeah, man,
Have
should
fun,
be.
brother. Like that's
Thank you, man. I
awesome.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Trey safe. I will leave you with Paris. Paris, can't wait to hear what you did here.
Awesome.
Let me fix your screen because I had it set up for Lenny. Let me just fix that. Um, so I'll move it over for you now.
Hmm.
Screen.
How is everyone on YouTube, guys? I'm currently in Meta. I'm currently in Meta. I'm long Meta right now. I had a fantastic day overall. I traded Microsoft. I traded what did I trade? I traded Tesla, and I am currently in Meta right now. How long I've been holding? I went long at 10:30. I already scaled out on my position, but let's see where it goes. This was a technical level, 585. Let's see if it holds over the VWAP, holds the 580, and then goes to the high of the day. We'll see. I traded Microsoft. So Microsoft was my Microsoft and Tesla. So let me show you Microsoft. Microsoft turned out to be a really, really uh, good trade overall, but I was expecting a little more from it on the short side, but did not give me that. But overall, a good trade. Uh, Strategies. I trade the price action, and my playbook is usually one, just one. It's just that usually trade breakouts. So thank you, Breezer. Let's see what Meta is doing. Meta seems like it's gonna lose. Yeah, it has lost the trend too. So 580, it traps a lot of people below 579. My average is 578.10. And yeah, I just hope it bounces from here because so that was on Microsoft. I was actually so one thing I basically discussed in one of my presentations I took in Vancouver in the on the trading summit is about understanding the context. That's right, Manoj. I don't pay commissions, but there are all different kind of fees associated to it. Like there's FINRA and all of that. So that is still applicable, but you don't pay commissions on Schwab. What is HEMS doing? Oh wow. So HEMS is continuing to rally, and this move is usually driven by algorithms. This move is usually driven by algorithms. Yeah. Every dip is gonna be bought back up. Yeah, Keith, if you're in US, Schwab is a no-brainer because it's zero commission. IB, you have to pay commission. Man, I missed the long on Tesla. I shot at Tesla, worked out really nice, but missed the long on it. Tesla is actually setting up for 300. So Keith, everybody,
Transportation Secretary Duffy says Trump administration will release its plan next week on how to fix air traffic infrastructure.
yeah, let's look at PLTR. I tried PLTR as well to short it, and it wasn't giving me that indication at the open. And I am actually short biased on PLTR, to be honest. I'm actually taking one more shot here. I'm taking a shot on PLTR. So I'm taking a shot on PLTR. Let's see if it's drops below 119. Meta bounced a little bit, so that's good. So there is a seller who's trying to sell, but the buyer is keeps stepping in. And I don't like the imbalance here. I don't like the balanced price action here. This was a good area to short, but the tape is very balanced. The buyers and sellers are. Let's see if it drops below 119. 119 would be a good uh, change of character below 119. Let's see if it goes below 119. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the buyers are keep stepping in, to be honest. I'm thinking of adding more to PLTR. It dropped. Let's see. 119 is a. I want to see a flush below 119. Meta is actually coming back up, so 119 is trying to hold. So please flush below 119. Maybe it comes back to 119.40 and then reject. I personally don't like when things don't move very quickly in my favor. And I tend to get out real quick. And this is one of that cases. I just want to see sellers taking over here. The sellers are not taking over. And that's not usually a good sign for me. So I'm actually taking a trade for you. Who asked me about the PLTR? Raytrix, yeah. But I'll blame you if I stop out. And if I win, I think it's gonna, let's see, this is a chance for it to drop. If it doesn't, it's still holding. Let's see. 119 got a drop. Come on, sellers are still not there. The sellers I want to see sellers getting aggressive. I am not seeing sellers getting aggressive yet. I still see buyers are trying to buy. Yeah, buyers buying again. Final chance for it to prove that it's a sell. I will get out if it doesn't sell from here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants to sell. Show me some weakness, PLTR. Nope. Yeah, I'm adding more on PLTR. Let's see if it has a chance to drop this time. Let's see. I want to see a flush below 119. It's still holding. Okay, let's see. Sellers taking over again. Oh, what happened? I got out, guys. I stopped out. That was a big some news came in or something. I don't know. I think there was a news that came in. I don't know, some big volatility come in. Yeah, it never popped. I'm getting back in. I'm getting back in. I don't know what the news was, but there's a lot of flurry of orders that came in. And I want to see it. If it's not dropping real quick here, uh, yeah, it's not dropping. I wanted to see a momentum to the downside. Come on. Yeah, nothing's there. Okay, I'm getting out. No reason for me to be a part of it. No reason for me a part of it. Meta is actually coming back up. There's no reason. I actually shorted. I was trying to short. I was looking for the 119 break. And if that 119 would have broken, that would have been a really nice trade. But, there was nothing there. I'm actually thinking of getting, yeah, PLTR. Well, who was that guy? Retrix, I blame you. What is Nvidia doing? Oh, Nvidia popped up. What happened to Nvidia? What news is this? This is a moment. This is definitely a news for sure. What is this news? Man, I'm thinking of that should have. Uh, why wasn't I watching Nvidia right now? There. This was a very good news play. Yeah, I didn't have my squawk on as well, so that's a beautiful tape. Very big ask on the upside. So Meta is coming back up. Nvidia actually broke out really nice. I'm adding a little more on Meta. I added a little more on Meta. But Nvidia, I want to capture this move. There is definitely a great news on Nvidia. Something. Ah, that PLTR dropped now. That idiot. PLTR dropped to 119. Yeah, it was showcasing that seller, so I got chickened out. But I'm looking at Nvidia. Uh, yeah, PLTR was a short. I just chickened out a little bit. Yeah, PLTR. That messes up your this thing. What a drop that would have been, that PLTR. Yeah, that area of shorting PLTR was a good area. I just didn't manage it properly. Nvidia is strong right now. And that is a strong move on Nvidia. That is a very strong move. What's the news on Nvidia? What's the news? That big volume that came in on SPY, that made me rethink of the PLTR. Nvidia very strong. I had a pretty good day, but it's like I want to trade in this volatility. I'm not hitting my goal yet, and that's the gray area. So I'm looking for opportunities. Oh, that's the news. Easing of curve. Oh, okay. Oh, very nice rate tricks. I think you took the. So my daily goal is 1 to 1.5% of my this thing account. So Meta is actually that ad, that PLTR. You look at that PLTR, what a drop that was. That messes up. No, this is what messes up the psychology piece of it. Like this is where you're now in the revenge trading mode, and this is like you had your right thesis, you had the right things, but you just chickened out. I think that pop in the volume, like this volume came in. I don't know, it came out of nowhere. Actually, that messed me up. And that momentum, that the loss of momentum as well in the next couple of candles. That's unfortunate, but it's a part of trading. So, okay, I'm getting out of Meta as well. Meta, I'm getting out, so let's stop out at break even. So Meta, I'm out at break even. Stopped out. Tesla, Tesla selling off too. Nvidia is the only guy who is currently bullish. So SPY. Yeah, I'm looking at Tesla. Tesla too. It came back below this thing, broke this thing. It's currently at this area and not a great short or not a great long either. So I'm avoiding that. PLTR was a good short. And the reason I'm talking about this is literally the resistance, right? And the second, like I'm just saying that uh, to blame uh, Ratrix or anything, but it's just it's he asked about PLTR if it's a short or a long, and when I saw it, it was like this was the initial resistance 120 sold off, and then it never was never lifting the 119.50. And this was the area I was, okay, I shorted this because I was looking for a momentum on the downside. The momentum never came in because though I'm looking at that resistance area, my technical stop loss should be like above 119.60. But just because I'm adding the momentum piece to it, I wasn't getting that move immediately. I need to get that move immediately, and the stock has to move in my favor because I'm relying on the tape. And it was there, this volume just that volume that came in uh, did not give me a good indication because it was trying to pop up and trying to squeeze. And sometimes it helps out to get out early, but sometimes it doesn't. Like my technical stop loss was still the 1960 area, but I got out earlier just because of the volume squeeze that came in earlier. But now it's just the price action is a good, this area is a good area to short. So Nvidia, I think Nvidia is gonna give away. That move was just the let's see what Nvidia is trying to do. Microsoft is selling off as well. KSS. What's KSS doing? CEO got fired of KSS and nothing seems to be happening to KSS. So let's see if Nvidia is trying to step back up and break the 115s. Or is it gonna sell? Guys, I'm taking a small short on Nvidia, nothing crazy. I still don't have a conviction on Nvidia, but I think this is a chance if it has to sell off. This is a chance to sell off. It's usually this is a strong stock, so shorting this is not a good idea, like from a price action standpoint. But from a tape standpoint, this looks like that the buyers were not getting exhausted. So let's see if it has that continuation to the downside or will it be bought back up again. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, see that buyers keeps coming back in. So you have to be very quick in your scalping because these are something that you have to uh, this can very easily be bought back up. So you have to be quick in your partials too. This is usually just a momentum play because you're going against the trend. Let's see if it drops one more push to the downside. Okay, beauty. What a drop. What a drop. I did not anticipate this. So I think this beauty. I only took 2,000 shares. This was purely a momentum. This was purely a day play. I was going against the trend. It was very strong. The volume came in, but I could not see buyers actually stepping in. And I was looking maybe 114.50. There's a lot of, and it could pop back down to 114. That's what I was initially looking for. Maybe 50 cents move for a risk of 10 cents. I think that's what I was looking for. And now I'm holding just the final 20% of my position. If it goes below and fails it, then I'll make more money. But that's usually you'll have to be very aggressive in those scalping because you're risking 10 cents, making 50 cents out of it. And then if it goes in your favor, then average becomes 1:4, 1:3 R. Uh, so it's just a scalp play. Anybody take that trade with me? Nvidia short. Now this is the area where it is a test because this was the resistance earlier. Now it becomes the support. So this is the area where there will be a fight happening. Yeah, very nice done. Yeah, this was my first trade on Nvidia today. No trade on Nvidia. Great job, Manoj. Yeah. I think the beauty of people in the chat room, every single person has a different trading style. And you get exposed to different trading styles and see what makes more sense to you. And everybody's making money. Everybody is consistent. Everybody is, uh, some are making much more than the others depending on their account size. But everybody has a different trading style. You want to explore what works or suits for you. Some people are not good with scalping or momentum play or understanding the order flow in a real time. And that's perfectly fine. Some people only trade the charts, or some people only, do not trade the open. They trade in the later part of the day. So it is, I'm thinking of adding more on Nvidia, but we'll see. I want to see it doesn't pop up and reject. Yeah, now it's trying to pop up. And this was a perfect area of support, right? So this is a very, you can expect people who are thinking to go long, this 133, 113.88 was a perfect area. It's just a basic price action. The ceiling becomes the floor becomes the ceiling. As simple as that. But will this floor be broken? That's a matter of question. That's a question that uh, nobody knows. But you're still playing around with the risk management. I'm adding more here. I'm adding more here just to see if it has a continuation to the downside. And my average is 1, 1. Yeah, they're trying to buy now. Let's see the sellers take over. Yeah, my stop loss would be above 11430. It claims the 11430. That's my stop loss. The sellers are getting dominating, but the buyers are holding very nicely. The buyers are doing a good job, to be honest, holding the price. The sellers are trying to be aggressive. Let's see if the buyers drop. Nope, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, the buyers are getting aggressive to buy. I think it's so beautiful to analyze what the buyers and sellers are doing. And you keep switching. Now by the buyers are strong, now the sellers are strong. You keep switching, but you find a pattern. And I think the sellers are gonna take over soon. You keep switching. Now the buyers came up again. The buyers are trying to break. 114.30 would be. Come on, sellers, slam it. Slam it. This is what I want to see. Slam more. Slam more. Slam more. Boom. Now the buyers are now in the deep, like buyers are now would struggle. Now they'll have to get out. Who are buying, they'll have to get out, and which will lead to a momentum play on the downside. And it should if the buyers, yeah, the buyers are stepping up again. That was a good buy area for them. So if this gets bought back up, that means I'm gonna get stopped out. If here, this should not be bought back up. It was bought back up again. So now the buyers are not giving up, and that tells you a lot. Ideally, the buyers should have given up by now, but they're not giving up. That means the buyers are gonna squeeze me. And that's the reality check that I'm getting every single candle and the time and sales that I'm watching. That the buyers are, I am not seeing that a clear imbalance. The buyers are trying to step up, and I'm open to the fact that I'm going to be getting stopped out if the buyers step up above 114.30. Currently, the sellers are still trying to hold them, and the buyers did buy them, try to break out. But now, again, now this is where the sellers are dominating again, and the buyers will have to give up. And if the buyers give up, you will see a very quick flush to the downside. Now the buyers are giving up. Let's see, you see a flush to the downside. Boom, 114. Boom. That's exactly what I was talking about. And that's the momentum play that you want to see. Now let's see if the 114 gets, 115 area was the area where uh, did anyone see that? Like, were you able to like get what I was trying to explain? Because it's difficult uh, to talk because you see a lot of things and you're seeing a lot of action, and trying to have that conversation at the same time, it's difficult to interpret, but I hope it's making sense. Very nice. Very nice. Now it's gonna flush. And that's why the recycling helps so much. Like, you scale out on your profits, and then you're finding the area where the sellers or the buyers are trying to get in, and then you're trying to capitalize that move on it. Ah, now I'm at the target, guys. Now I'm done. So 114 is still being defended, like below 114. But we'll see if the sellers are taking over again. The SPY is selling off. They're trying to bounce again. That's what I don't like, to be honest. That strong bounces. Should I add more? No. It is still holding the 114. I'm adding more. I'm adding a little more. Boom, boom. Nice, nice, nice. Covering some. I love you, Nvidia. You see those, like, these are, this is just tape. Like, uh, I'm just finding the areas, and all of my entries, they very quickly move in my favor. And that's the beauty of reading the tape. You are able to get that confirmation. You're able to get that. Like, it grabs you by the face and tells you that, you know what, I am gonna sell. No, I don't use bookmap. And like a simple scalp trade can actually turn out to be a really, uh, you know, a long-term hold as well. So this is a very clear example of you start as a scalp, but when things are setting up in your favor, you can actually turn it around and make it a much bigger trade. I would highly recommend guys stick to the basics. Stick to the basics of footprint charts, book map, everything is there. They're good in their own terms, but stick to the basics. And the basic is just sticking to the time and sales and level two. Ah, nice. Beauty. Selling some. Sorry, covering some. Okay, now it's selling again. And sometimes, that's where, PLTR, I had that trade. It would have perfectly worked out really nice, but it's very important to control your emotions during that time. Couple of few members on the YouTube were laughing at the fact that, I missed out on that trade, but this is reality. Everybody is gonna uh, go through that phase, and even the best of the best have that uh, thing, because market is so random and it will try to stop you out, and then you will miss those moves. But controlling that psychology piece of it, and then looking for the next best option is the way to go. And we are here being open to give you that opportunity and to showcase that what reality looks like. Not everybody is hitting the win rate of 100% every single time. You tend to, and we also go through the same emotions. Like, it's just that we have, through the experience, we have just learned to overcome those emotions in a much better way. Let's say that. So Keith, I usually watch. I have five stocks which are usually in my playlist, watch list. Sorry, uh, and I watch them five because I have like six screens to me, but five of them. Uh, One is the main screen analysis screen. Then I have two stocks on one screen to analyze 1 minute, 5 minute chart, and a 30-minute chart, just like this. The one that you see right now is the 1 minute and a time and sales and level two, but there is also a 5 minute and a 30-minute chart on the side of the screen. So very nice, very nice. Nvidia is going to drop. Let's see. Beautiful. Covering some more. And then no, Keith, you don't have to read the tape for all the stocks. You cannot. Like, how can you read the tape for all the stocks at the same time? But you are watching the tape only for that stock that you're interested in. Second, it is at the right area that you're interested in. So I'm not watching the tape all around. I only watch at important areas and important points. No, no, no. I wasn't referring to you, Boogie. Uh, the people I was referring to, they already know. Oh, wow. Nice. Now, beauty. Love you, man. I think it's because of the SPY. I think SPY is completely selling off. Tesla gave its all gains back too. So yeah, now I'm above the target, guys. I think next exit is gonna be my final exit, which would be at 113. Oh man, what happened? Okay, all out. All out. Wow, what a move. What a move. What a move. I hit my goal. I hit my goal of 5K. Yeah, it's and usually dollar value doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything to you, doesn't do anything. It's always like, yeah, always you have that mind. I always wanted to make $500 a day, to be honest. Like I was like, okay, $500 a day, 250 trading days, I'm good with, like, as far as that's the minimum that I would be able to survive. But eventually, with the more experience you get, because I started watching Andrew when he was making $300 to $500 a day, and that's what my initial uh, dream was, that $500 is a great day, and that too you're getting time freedom, and you're making like 75 to 100K in a year, and you only trade 1 hour a day. That's like a dream. And but as and when you grow, and then you achieve a $500 a day, then you achieve $1,000 a day, then you achieve, like, it's all about growth. What I've understood is it's about the growth. And I am not, like, it's so good and I'm blessed to be in the fact that I don't have to think about money as much, and to pay my bills as much. But but yeah, it's the growth that matters. Uh, and uh, and even that 5,000, or a 3,000 to 5,000 a day, it has to keep growing, right? It's like you are trying to get better every single day. So as far as the growth is intact, I think that's what gives you happiness, and that's what gives you satisfaction. Because as a human being, you want to grow. You do not want to, like, be stagnant. So wherever you are, and one of the real, and when we compare, like, yeah, Avi is one of those guys who's trading options. He has great account. He's comes from a very affluent background too, but he's making like 100K single day. Avi, who was, and in the past 3 days, he has made close to like 400,000 or something. Good for him. That's amazing, right? But can I, like, looking at that other person, he's making 400, $500, $1,000 a day, or 3 days. Can I survive that if with the size that he's taking? I don't think so. I'm not there yet. And it's always you wanna grow, uh, and not look at somebody else's, because everybody gets a different start. Now, for a person like me who is originally from India, from a very remote area location, coming to US and getting an opportunity in US was a big deal. And I thought, if you come to US, that's your life is set. That's an American dream, right? And I was very happy with the job. I had a really nice multi-six-figure job, and very happy with it. And I was like, okay, now I can retire, and I'm very happy. But with the money but it's, again, you wanted to grow, and you wanted to live. The more you get experience to, you realize that uh you know there are different times where things give you happiness. I think you want to be content with what you, I don't know what I'm saying. Forget about it. So it's it's just funny that numbers don't matter much. Let's say that. Oh, it's already 12. So let's wrap it up. And Keith, it took me 3.5 years. Yeah. Okay. See you guys. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.